Spoken so eloquently. I was going to say it'd be nice to have backdoor passes for that Thursday practice for the Cincinnati Bearcats after that blowout. All right, Virginia and North Carolina going on. Of course, North Carolina had that tough loss to Florida State. Let's check out some of the action. How about Rashad McCants? He had a huge, huge afternoon.
He's the second leading scorer in the conference glee, and you see he can do it in a variety of ways. Dribble drives, off the finish, and then a nice job of knocking down the three. North Carolina responds in a big way after losing a disappointing game down to Florida State.
96-77. They have 5 guys averaging in double figures, but 6 Tar Heels get double figures today. McCants with 26, Sean May with 17. All right, UConn and Providence in the Big East. Huge game here. Second half action. Providence up by 2. Ryan Gomes being checked by Okafor, spins, and he puts it in.
But UConn's Rashard Anderson answers, knocks down a 3 of his own.
And Tuka Kati hits the 3, 57-52 Providence.
And Providence finishing it off here with an exclamation point. They go on the road. Big win for the Friars.
All right, so Ryan Gomes has 26. Providence now 4-1 in the Big East. UConn 3-1. Okafor had 19. Ben Gordon only 9. He was 4 of 11 wearing that mask. And making the call in this game was Don Criqui and Bucky Waters. Let's check in with a wrap for them.
Thanks, Mike. Quite an impressive win it was for Providence for a second straight year. They beat favored UConn in Connecticut. And it was really a masterpiece, Bucky, of complete basketball. They dominated in every area of the game.
It really was. When you keep Connecticut in the 50s, you've done something. And it was a marvelous game plan. Tim Welsh and the Friars executed it beautifully. An interesting stat. Providence, only 6 turnovers, Don, and 18 assists. I mean, that's called, that's surgery. It was a clinic here. And Ryan Gomes and Okafor both lived up to star billing. But I thought the Friars had a better supporting cast.
Well, Ryan Gomes is really something marvel to behold in basketball. This young guy is just fantastic. He's a junior. He emerges every year. The Connecticut coaches talk about how he gets better in a different area every year. Now he's added a 3-point shot. But he is literally unstoppable. He was scoring on Okafor inside at times.
And, you know, you look back to his high school days, the only thing that was a McDonald's about him was the 270 pounds, and nobody wanted him. Siena wanted him, Providence wanted him, and now... And what the performance he put on today, we had 2 of the great juniors in Okafor and Gomes, and it was a terrific game. I enjoyed it immensely.
It really was, and a terrific win for Providence as we go back now to Mike.
All right, thanks a lot, Don. Don Criqui, Bucky Waters. That is somewhat surprising, even though Providence is 4-1 now.
But Providence, not as big a surprise as some people might think. Let's not forget they beat Illinois earlier this year and took Texas to a buzzer beater. That's a very good team out in the Big East.
I guess now we go all the way around to your circle of life again, huh?
It is a circle of life, and if I could hug you right now, I would. Is it wrong?
All right, so UConn goes down again, this time losing to Providence as Ryan Gomes gets 26 for the Friars. We have the Fighting Illini and the Wisconsin Badgers just around the bend right here on the Big Ten Network. Stay tuned.
Great devotion to a single purpose. That defines a team. Those who stumble but still find the will to rise up. Risking pain for the chance to stand out from the crowd. And having tasted both victory and defeat, steadily raise expectation. The NCAA Championships on ESPN.
This weekend on the West Wing.
God bless you, and God bless the United States of America.
Defining moments.
This was the speech of my political life.
At home.
When did you decide you were going to run for a second term?
Abby.
And abroad.
5 U.S. DEA agents have been abducted in Colombia.
They're going to shoot these guys.
They are like the senior staff. Would you round them up? In 3 hours, I want to be ready to kick in the back door.
On the West Wing.
Tonight at 10:35 on WCIA 3.
Well, we talk about Devin Harris being the preseason player of the year. Dee Brown says, hey, wait a minute, what about me? I was also the Kohl preseason player of the year. In the Big Ten Conference, Illinois had their streak at home snapped earlier this year by Purdue. Now they have a shot at the Wisconsin Badgers.
You can go most any place to have your car serviced with a 14-point oil change. But when you bring it into a Citgo Fast Lube, we give you a 15-point at no extra charge. Citgo Fast Lube. We know our customers and their cars.
stars.
Well, the Fighting Illini 12-4 right now, but 3-2. Wisconsin at 3-1 in the Big Ten, and they've got that 23-game home winning streak on the line up in Madison. Mike Gleason and Sean Morris back in the Big Ten studio. Should be a great second game here on the Big Ten Network. Let's get some updates now before we send you up to Madison. ACC and the Big East, actually. Duke and Georgetown. Duke on top 16-12.
Duke got to a slow start, but you have to give Georgetown credit. They were very good in the non-conference season, although it was very, very unchallenging.
All right, elsewhere, the Bearcats of Cincinnati blown out in Freedom Hall. Now they're down in Southern Miss, a little bit further south, 21-6, Cincinnati on top. So I think maybe Bobby Huggins got the message across.
I'm sure he did, and probably not in a family-friendly way, but message received nonetheless.
You know, when you get blown out that badly, I mean, when you score 66 and the other team's got, what, 93 points in the ballgame in a big game, a matchup of top 10s, or did you just chalk it off to just one of those games that got away from you, or was it some serious problems that Bobby Huggins has to address?
Well, I'm sure what he probably did was make sure that he addressed effort, because that's one thing, particularly on the defensive end of the floor, and to give up 93 points is inexcusable.
All right, hold on to your seats, folks. We've got a good one coming up in game number 2 in the Big Ten. It's Illinois-Wisconsin. We're going to get there coming up.
Doesn't stand a chance. For the best parts, people and brass were ready in advance. Yeah, bring it on.
Last Saturday, 3 past champions were challenged. Jake won, but 2 lost.
It was not moved one little bit.
And Spencer wowed the judges. Tonight,
I challenge you.
the competition intensifies. Who will move on?
You guys are done.
Arsenio Hall hosts.
We're back with more in 2004.
A new live Star Search. CBS tonight.
Darren Williams, one of the super softs at Illinois, hoping to go in and snap that streak. He's now reached 23. Devin Harris, the preseason player of the year, or I should say Kohl, as Dee Brown would remind me. And Devin Harris coming off a relatively rough game earlier this week against Michigan. Now, they beat Michigan, but Michigan down by 1 at halftime. It looked like they were going to sustain for 40 minutes. What will Bruce Weber take from that game tape and implement into his program today?
Well, I think the first thing he's going to make sure that he does is find out where Clayton Hansen is. He knocked down 5 of 6 threes. Get to him, make him put the ball on the floor, because he was the difference with the injury to Freddie Owens. And a key matchup to watch, as Darren Williams for Illinois is going to draw that assignment, quite probably leads the conference in assists, does a fantastic job of running a very explosive Illinois attack, as does his counterpart for Wisconsin. Devin Harris can score, get to the rim, also knocks down the 3, leads the conference in assists to turnover ratio. A great matchup up there in Madison.
Well, Sean, a win today for Bruce Weber's club, obviously huge. The Illini haven't won in Madison since 1998. Wisconsin has won 10 of 11 in Madison against the folks from Champaign. Needless to say, Augustine, Wilkinson, 2 key players in this ballgame down in the paint.
Well, Wilkinson coming off a great performance, a double against, coming off a double performance earlier this week. I look for them, Illinois, to go inside, get Augustine and Powell going. They're both shooting around 63%. They're a little bit deeper along the front line than is Wisconsin. Go inside, try to get that advantage going early.
Double-double against Michigan, his 7th in his career. It's time now for Game 2 on the Big Ten Network. It's Illinois and the Badgers of Wisconsin from Madison, a 23-game streak on the line. Let's check in with Wayne and Special K. We'll see you back here at halftime.
Well, thank you very much, guys. In a sold-out Kohl Center here in Madison, Wisconsin, where the Badgers have won 23 in a row and have never lost a Big Ten home game under Bo Ryan. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for this afternoon's game. Now, really, Greg, the matchups, as you take a look at them, Harris and Williams would be a good one to watch. Wade's got the quickness to hang with Brown, but where they start getting into trouble are up front. I think with Powell and Luther Head and trying to match up those particular figures, especially Luther Head, is going to be difficult. We look for Zach Morley to start on Head here this afternoon.
Yeah, I think this game certainly will come down to the front line play and which team can be most dominant. Going to look at Devin Harris there, looking to come back after a subpar outing for him against Michigan.
Had foul trouble early in that Michigan game. Failed to score in double figures for the first time in 18 games. Wisconsin, the home whites. Illinois, the traveling blue. Great to have you with us for this border rivalry, and we're underway. Illinois controls the opening tip. Dee Brown, Darren Williams, Luther Head, the three-guard offense. And we've got a little bit of a change here than what we anticipated. Boo Wade is chasing Darren Williams. Head is picked up by Marley. Now they switch on the defense. Brown watched by Devin Harris. Down to 10 to go on the shot clock. Back cut Augustine. Beautiful find from Williams.
That was excellent, and an excellent start to this game for Illinois. They came out, showed a lot of patience, got good movement off the basketball, and then a high percentage shot off a beautiful feed.
Devin Harris, Andreas Helmig in the corner. Picked up by Augustine. Wilkinson trying to post down low. Watched by Powell at the moment. Now they switch. Augustine over to Wilkinson from the outside. Devin Harris. Back tap on the rebound, and we get a foul coming up. It's against Wisconsin. And Andreas Helmig, his first. Head coach of the Fighting Illini, Bruce Weber, a Milwaukee, Wisconsin native, back at his native state. Going up against the state school, the Badgers of Wisconsin.
You'll see no zone in this game. I'd really be surprised if you see any. Maybe the Illini might show it for a moment, but both teams steeped in their man-to-man concepts.
Devin Harris on the drive gets contact and a foul. Dee Brown picks up his first of the day. Bo Ryan, in his third year here in Wisconsin, has led the Badgers to back-to-back Big Ten regular season titles. Last year, it was an outright title, a victory over the Fighting Illini of Illinois right here in this building. Mentioned the home court winning streak of 23 games by an average of 20.4 points per game. Only 2 games have been decided by 11 points or less.
You know, Wayne, I never knew that feeling of winning a Big Ten title, or any title, on the home floor. Won 2 at Michigan State, but both were on the road clinching. I remember last year when Devin Harris sank that free throw, how everyone came onto the court. That must have been just an unbelievable feeling. Of course, they'll never forget.
Yeah, absolutely. It almost doesn't matter what happens after that, although they did go on to the NCAA tournament. Dee Brown off the mark there. Wilkinson sealed off Powell for the rebound. Kind of a slow start to this first half. Wilkinson looking to post Augustine down low. Nice up and under move. Beautifully done off the window.
You know, Wilkinson has a bevy of post moves, and he can go from either side of the block.
And the other thing I like about him, Greg, is that he'll take you out to the three-point line and bury it.
He's not going to wow you with his quickness or his athleticism, but he is very effective with the tools he does possess.
Luther Head got Morley into the air. Oh, nice speed, Roger Powell. Morley commits the foul. Excellent passing in the early going for the Fighting Illini of Illinois. Time for the Pontiac keys to the game, Special K.
Okay, for Illinois, you got to limit your turnovers here and defend without fouling. Wisconsin shoots a lot of free throws, especially at home. And then Wisconsin, you need to limit the guard impact of Illinois. And Harris, as we said earlier, must return to form. He had just 1 of 5 shooting, make it 1 of 6 shooting against Michigan. I don't think you want to go to that well too often, Wayne.
You mentioned the foul situation. Badgers only commit 15.1 fouls per game. That's 8th fewest in the country. Roger Powell makes good on a pair.
Oh, the reason why Wisconsin is so good, they do 2 things very well. They don't turn it over, so they're not beating themselves, and then they're able to defend you without fouling. They're one of the top defensive teams around.
Helmut, dangerous pass there with a quick Dee Brown. And he got into the Grateful Red student section here at Wisconsin. There are a couple around the Big Ten. There's one of them that's one very important student section, has an impact on the home floor advantage. Orange Crush, of course, down at Illinois. The Izzone up at Michigan State. And they're working hard at Northwestern and Michigan to establish that home floor. There's Devin Harris. You know, if the outside shot's not working, a smart player is going to take it off the dribble, and that's what Devin Harris did.
Yeah, and he has that ability, the explosiveness, the acceleration from a standstill. And when he penetrates, you're just hoping that you've got some help inside.
Illinois was very patient against Penn State offensively when in the half court the other night. And they're patient here. Down to 13 to go on the shot clock. This is D. Brown looking for Augustine, fronted by Andreas Helmick. They haven't been able to get it into Augustine, except for one try so far. Darren Williams off the mark. Luther Head's tip wouldn't go, and here come the Badgers. Morley at the baseline. Open is Helmick.
That's the thing that's so difficult when you're guarding Wisconsin. They've got big people that can shoot it from outside. They swing the ball. They share it. They're unselfish. They get the open shot. This team usually gets very good looks at the basket.
Wisconsin playing without two starters. Travel there on Luther Head. Out due to injuries, Orlando Tucker and Freddie Owens. But watch the ball movement by Wisconsin.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's that swing offense where every position's interchangeable. So these guys have to know the plays from every spot on the floor. And in doing so, they make it very tough to handle. It certainly makes it difficult to key on any one guy.
Helmick gets a break. Dave Maters checks in for Bo Ryan and company. Mater playing a key role against Michigan with 5 points and 3 rebounds the other night. Wilkinson for 3. Wow. Biggest lead of the afternoon. 6 points, Wisconsin. Here's Brown for 3. Darren Williams, the rebound, in close. Tough shot. Augustine gets fouled on the way back to the basket. Augustine, one of the leading offensive rebounders in the Big Ten.
That tenacity just in off the offensive glass by Illinois, very crucial. Not a really good shot initially. Steve Brown forcing a 3, but then hitting the glass and getting second and third opportunities gives Illinois a chance now to cut this lead. They've got to get good shot selection in this game.
Augustine makes good on the first. The foul was on Wilkinson, his first. Already the third on the team. And Augustine buries a pair. He's got 4 points in the early going. Early going just underway at Wisconsin. The Badgers on top.
I'm driving up to the game tonight to give away a free can of refreshing 7-Up and $1 million for anyone who can slam dunk on our 7-Up hoop.
Ponder this. You get what? About 5 new cars in your life? One mistake and boom, 4 prime years gone. However, slip behind 260 supercharged horses in the most powerful, best-handling driving machine in its class, and your life will still go by fast. But this time, it'll be a real good fast. The 2004 Grand Prix with Comp G, the new power of Pontiac. That's fuel for the soul.
Attention Illinois residents. O'Brien Auto Park of Urbana is overstocked with new vehicles and fresh trades, including local one-owner low-mileage used cars. To clear this inventory, the last sale of 2003 is now the first sale of 2004. Get 0% APR financing for 60 months on select new vehicles, plus special employee pricing to the public on brand new Chryslers, Mazdas, Volkswagens, and Suzukis. Buy as if you were an employee. Don't miss out. Rush to O'Brien Auto Park of Urbana.
This ESPN Plus game is brought to you by Cooper Tire. Proud to be the official tire of the Big Ten Conference. Cooper Tires don't give up a thing. Pontiac, fuel for the soul. And by Advance Auto Parts. We're ready in advance. Advance Auto Parts.
Back in Wisconsin, we talk so much about the quote-unquote swing offense, Greg Kelser. What are we talking about? Can you show us?
Well, it's a situation where there's so many interchangeable parts. You're going to look at this play where you've got a guard, 6'3", Devin Harris, posting down low, and when he draws the double team, he will then kick it out to Mike Wilkinson, a forward, 6'8", who will shoot the outside shot. It's usually the other way around, but Wisconsin gives you, so many looks. The positions are interchangeable. Every guy handles, passes, and shoots well. Makes them a very difficult team to handle.
Yeah, I thought it was just a dance move. I guess there's much more to it than that, huh?
A little bit more.
Devin Harris, and coming out Nick Smith, who just checked into the game, trying to impede the progress of Harris, gets called for the foul. That's his first, second of the team. This game will be pretty closely officiated here today as Bruce Weber looks on. Donnie Gray, Art McDonald, Zelkin Steed. 3 good ones from the Big Ten on hand to arbitrate. 2 team fouls on Illinois, 3 on Wisconsin. This is Boo Wade, picked up by Luther Head. Mader comes out high, takes Smith with him, the 7-footer. Now they're out of sync a little bit. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Wilkinson goes to work.
When they get out of sync, Wayne, they have options because they've got people that can put the ball on the floor and create a shot for themselves. You just saw Wilkinson do it. Of course, Devin Harris, Boo Wade, they can both do it. So Wisconsin is never in trouble when you force them out of their play.
Watch it again here, Wilkinson.
Being guarded by Augustine, the quick first step, gets by him, and then the soft shot off the window. It's a terrific option to have at your disposal.
Wisconsin on a 9-2 run as Zach Morley is replaced by Ray Nixon in the lineup for the Badgers. So both coaches have gone to the bench here in these first 6 minutes. There's the early shooting. Illinois struggling. They went over 3 minutes without a field goal.
Right now, Illinois not getting into that paint area. They're not posting up. They're not getting dribble penetration. Tough defense by Wisconsin.
Everything's a jump shot. Yep. Darren Williams comes up short. Illinois coming off 2 very impressive victories against Iowa and Penn State, but both at home. Mader able to save, and now Devin Harris collects the offense. To Nixon, and then Boo Wade. Mader left it short, and Owens did get a timeout call. Or I should say Boo Wade, I beg your pardon. Boo Wade on the save, got a 20-second or 30-second timeout call for Bo Ryan and company. And as we talked earlier today, Greg, last time these 2 teams met here, much was at stake. March 5th, 2003 at the Kohl Center. 14th ranked Illinois, number 24 Wisconsin. Brian Cook with a jumper, 9 seconds left, tied the game at 59. Devin Harris missed the first, made the second free throw, and then the celebration began as Wisconsin earned its first outright Big Ten regular season championship, their second regular season championship overall. Second in a row, I should say. Here's a look at the basketball accomplishments.
Little drought there from 47, huh?
Yeah, a little bit. You know, it takes time to rebuild. You've got to have patience. But they've done a pretty good job of it. First Dick Bennett, and now Bo Ryan. Oh, Harris from Wauwatosa with that one for 3.
That's deep. That is deep. And if he forces you to have to come that far out on the floor to guard him, then he is not going to be stopped today.
Nick Smith looking to go down low. They want to get Augustine. He's been fronted all afternoon. This time Mader doing the job defensively. 9 to go on the shot clock. Here's Augustine. And a foul coming up on Mader. Blocking foul on Dave Mader.
It is so tough right now for Illinois to penetrate Wisconsin's defense. They're being forced to play 15 feet away from the basket for everything. But look at Harris. The elevation right here and that terrific shot. This would have been a 3-point play or a 3-point shot anywhere. It was very deep. And, you know, good players know and cannot wait for the opportunity to atone for a bad game. He did not play well against Michigan. Fortunately, his team was able to win. But I can promise you the last 2 days are very long for him. wanted to have this opportunity to show what he was capable of doing.
Augustine out on the floor. Reloads to Williams. D. Brown off the mark there. Last touch by Illinois. It will belong to Wisconsin.
You know, Wayne, with the exception of the very first possession by Illinois where they got the layup for Augustine, everything has been on the exterior. I don't think you can beat Wisconsin if you don't get some balance in your offense.
Mentioned Harris. He's got the ball right now. 6 points, 2 of 3 shooting from the field. Mater to Wilkinson, and this one will be a violation. Well, it would have been a backcourt violation had Wilkinson been able to catch up with it. As it is, it goes out of bounds. So there's the run by Wisconsin to take the 9-point lead.
A rare turnover by the Badgers. I believe they're first in this game. Right now, a little over 9 turnovers a game. You love that. That gives you a chance to win any game, no matter where you are.
Number 1 nationally at 9.2 turnovers per game. The Wisconsin Badgers. Smith off the heel of the rim, and the rebound knocked out of bounds. It'll go to Wisconsin. Illinois unable to get much inside, and against Penn State they were able to do just that. They were very patient in the half court, and they were able to get some people working inside like Roger Powell and James Augustine.
And the additional fallout from not getting the ball inside, you don't get to the free throw line.
And a foul coming up here as Brian Randall closed on the basketball. Picks up his first personal, 3rd on the team. Illinois missed its last 9 shots. They're 1 of 10 from the field.
Just to contrast the two teams' offensive attack. Wisconsin, they've got balance. They're getting the ball inside. They're getting penetration. They're getting dribble penetration. And they're also getting some activity out of the post. And it's because of that, Wisconsin comes into this game having shot 108 more free throws than their opponents. They've got great balance in their offense.
Wilkinson out high. Here's Devin Harris. Harris right away for 3. Wilkinson inside.
There he goes again. The multitude of moves. I don't know that Wilkinson plays above the rim. I wouldn't think he does.
No.
He certainly gets a lot done around that rim.
He sure does. And the window is his best friend.
Oh, yeah.
Biggest lead of the afternoon for either team. Brian Randall, the freshman. Darren Williams finally gets into the lane. Well, it's been a while between field goals since the opening of the game. And Augustine hit on the layup you spoke of a moment ago. That's the first Illinois field goal since then.
You would hope that the Illini can duplicate that type of effect a little bit more often in this game.
Nick Smith gets called for the elbow in the post. His second personal, 4th on the Illini. Augustine back on along with Luther Head. And D. Brown gets a break, as does Nick Smith for Illinois. Zach Morley comes on. Gets Mike Wilkinson. Boo Wade back into the lineup, replacing Devin Harris. And a round of applause for Wilkinson and Harris. Wade on the inbounds. 8 minutes gone by, first half. Morley, his dad was his high school coach. He's a junior college transfer. He's fit in very nicely with this program. Backing Williams. Air ball there. Here's Luther Head. It's the other thing Illinois would like to do. They'd like to run it a little bit more, but Wisconsin gets back very well in transition defense. Roger Powell working hard on the block to get open. Good catch inside in traffic. Didn't finish. Ray Nixon the rebound.
Roger Powell had to work so hard to get that post position and then finally get a handle on the basketball. He had nothing left for the shot.
You're right. Illinois extending the defense with their guards, Darren Williams in particular. Screened by Helmig. Augustine shows on the switch. Knocked away. Recovered on the play by Clayton Hansen, who just checked in. 7 to go on the shot clock. Traveling violation coming up here, and it's on Boo Wade. Illinois will have it when we come back, but Wisconsin's on a 14-4 run, and they have command.
nothing worse than being ready to go and your car won't. So we're ready in advance. Ready with the right equipment, the right people, and the right parts. All at ready to go, low prices. And if it's your battery, we'll install it for free. So bring it on. We're ready in advance.
For the best parts, people and price, we're ready in advance. Yeah, bring it on.
What are you holding now?
A six-pack.
A six-pack? Brilliant! What'd you do?
Well, I figured out how to carry 6 beers at the same time.
Carry 6 beers at the same time? Brilliant! Let's drink them.
You know, I've been thinking, it might not be the smartest idea to drink 6 beers at the same time.
Don't drink 6 beers at the same time? Brilliant!
Brilliant!
Drink Guinness draft straight from the bottle, and always enjoy it responsibly.
Brilliant!
In Italy, you'll find Florence. In this case, Florence is a cow. And important because Italian cheesemakers wanted to make the best Parmesan and more of it. Knowing that cows fed certain feeds produce higher yields of Parmesan, Cargill developed special feeds and a supply chain so the cheesemakers get just the right milk. Now Florence, the cow, delivers lots of quality Parmesan to Florence, the city. This is how Cargill works with customers.
Ponder this. You get what? About 5 new cars in your life? One mistake and boom, 4 prime years gone. However, slip behind 260 supercharged horses in the most powerful, best-handling driving machine in its class, and your life will still go by fast. But this time, it'll be a real good fast. The 2004 Grand Prix with Comp G, the new power of Pontiac. That's fuel for the soul.
Well, they've got Wilk. Let's take a little look at Mike Wilkinson, 9 points, 4 of 4 from the field.
He's having his way out on the floor. Mike Wilkinson, 4 of 4 from the floor. And notice his versatility there with the left-hander off the window. The three-point shot from outside. Here he puts it on the floor. Pete Augustine gets it off the window again. And then right here, using the rim as a shield. This guy has so many weapons, and no, he is not going to overwhelm you with great athleticism, but he knows how to play the game, and he knows how to get his shot.
And you're right. I don't think he plays above the rim. He doesn't have to. He's got enough moves to make it work underneath.
I don't know if I've ever seen him dunk. Now, I know he can.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
But, you know, you talk about having balance to your attack. Mike Wilkinson certainly has balance to his offensive game.
Augustine to Williams. Impressed with Wisconsin's switching defense on the perimeter here. Williams on the drive, nicely done. Darren Williams this season, it's evolved, has become the man now for Illinois. It's not so much Dee Brown, it's more Darren Williams' team.
Right, and he's got a challenge here trying to guard Devin Harris.
And Harris is on his game.
Not to ask when you're directing your team and then you're coming back having to take on the opponent's best offensive player.
Williams gets it right back. He's got 6.
So right now he's equal to that challenge, though, isn't he?
A little bit of a shootout going here between those two. Harris right back, picked up by Williams. Lutherhead overplaying on Ray Nixon. Andreas Helmick, not comfortable with that shot option. Augustine on him defensively. Helmick off the mark, short there, follows his shot. Loose on the floor and held ball, so on the alternating possession, it should belong this time to Wisconsin. Talk about Devin Harris and Mike Wilkinson. They have combined for 17 of Wisconsin's 19 points here this afternoon. Andreas Helmick gets a break, and Wilkinson back in for Wisconsin. Bo Ryan playing today without 2 starters. Orlando Tucker, who's been out since late December. And Freddie Owens, who's been down for the last 2 games, both with foot injuries. Off the ball, got a foul inside. And I believe it's going to go on Rich McBride. His first. That's the 5th on the team. Orlando Tucker on the bench. Been a frustrating year for him. Harris on the drive. Offensive foul. Wipe it out.
That is something that the Illini practiced yesterday. In fact, they closed the evening with that. Stepping in, taking the charge. I mean, they were really drilling each other in this practice. I thought to myself, man, that's a heck of a drill in terms of, you know, people possibly getting hurt, but there it paid off.
Well, prior to the Penn State game, Illinois in practice was working on the diving for loose balls on the floor. That was physical as well.
They did that yesterday as well.
Powell inside for an easy 2. Illinois now starting slowly but surely to get the ball inside, and they're back in the game down by 5.
Well, it was Powell who stepped in and got that offensive charge a moment ago, and now Powell finally getting an open inside for an easy opportunity.
Oh, Wade, nice speed. Wilkinson, a rare miss for him at point-blank range. Darren Williams on the move. And Luther Head unable to save. Turnover, Illinois.
That's unfortunate because the Illini looked like they were about to get something going. You can see a surge in their confidence, and nothing can undermine that confidence as quickly as a turnover. But here they get a chance to set up defensively and looking for another stop.
Wilkinson spun away from the double team. Boy, I tell you, he gets a lot of English on that basketball on the bank shot, doesn't he?
What a good ball handler he is, too. I mean, this guy, he can dribble into the shot he wants, and you're really at his mercy when you're trying to defend him. One-on-one.
Augustine, nice back cut for the flush. Augustine with authority.
I really like what the Illini are doing offensively the last 3 or 4 minutes of this game. They've settled down, and now they're able to find the gaps in that Wisconsin defense.
Overplay on the post. Luther Head guilty of a reach. His first personal foul. And a 6 on the team now with 7:58 to go in this first half. And we've got a timeout on the floor. 7:58 to go in this first half. It has been the Mike Wilkinson Show, an assortment of moves to give Wisconsin the lead.
Yes, I have to go back to my convention. Yeah, I know, but I have a convention. Bueno.
Come on.
I have to go to my convention. I know. I wish I could stay. We got married. I have to go. I love you. I'll call you. But you know, one more thing.
Yeah.
Oh, you smell so good.
Boy, you sure got stuff. Where do you put it all? Let your Nissan dealer show you a new Murano at $28,760. We've got nothing to hide. You might, of course. Nissan Murano.
Get in the zone. I'm Jesse James. The way I see it, a car is not just a way to get from point A to point B. It is the point. That's where the pros at AutoZone can help. They've got the stuff you need to keep your car running right and make it as cool as you want. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
This is a crucial moment for the male. Cohabitation. It is a show of commitment. It is an indication of responsibility. It is love.
Rolling Rock beer. Grab a rock.
Better than 17,000 on hand at the Kohl Center in Madison, Wisconsin, the state capital of the state of Wisconsin. Along with Greg Kelser, Wayne Larrabee, our ESPN Plus crew, great to have you with us on a otherwise cold winter weekend in these parts. Wisconsin red hot from the field, much of that done early, and Illinois now just starting to get into a flow, Greg, as you've been pointing out. Wisconsin basketball. Illinois started by going 1 for 10 from the field. Just under 8 minutes to go. Mater trying to clear on the block. Illinois has extended that defense now. Wade. From the outside, Wilkinson again, not that time. Roger Powell, the long parent.
You know, not only has the Illini settled down on the offensive end, I think their defense has improved over the last few minutes. They're making things a little bit tougher now for Wisconsin, especially in terms of getting the ball inside.
And that's led to that run you just saw on the screen. Deep Brown, they've got to get him involved a little bit more.
Yeah. Noticeably absent from this attack.
Illinois again very patient, but down to 6 to go on the shot clock. Richard McBride, a freshman for 3. Luther Head cleans it up.
That's the thing that Luther Head can give you. He's a terrific leaper. And that time Wisconsin victimized. They played great defense for 33 seconds, but did not seal the deal, gave up the offensive carry.
Luther Head had a career-high 9 rebounds Wednesday night against Penn State. Back cut not there for Devin Harris.
Oh, he was there. Mater didn't
see him, just didn't get it to him. Wilkinson jumping inside. And one. Blocking fouls on Roger Powell.
Is there anybody for the Illini that can guard Mike Wilkinson? Not yet. You know, he gives you that beautiful move to the right and then comes back with his left hand under control so as not to pick up a charge.
You know, the thing about him, Greg, I think what makes it tough for a James Augustine, who's used to banging away with people in close, is that Wilkinson is going to take you on every possession at least once out to the arc, and you're going to have to go out there with him. And then once he gets it, he's either going to pop it on you or he's going to put it on the floor, and he's good enough off the dribble to make you pay.
Oh, he's very good off the dribble. And you know what? He's deceptively quick. Quicker than he looks.
Good point. 6-point lead, Wisconsin. Augustine unable to handle the interior feed. A lot of traffic down there. Let's take a moment now to thank our Big Ten corporate partners. 7-Up and your local 7-Up bottler. Make 7-Up yours. Wayne Larrabee, Greg Kelser, great to have you with us. From the Kohl Center in Madison, Badgers have won 23 in a row here. Most of them by blowout margins. Illinois played them tough here a year ago, losing in the final seconds on a free throw by Devin Harris for the Big Ten regular season championship. Clayton Hansen back into the game for Wisconsin. Hansen and Mater combined for 22 points in the win over Michigan the other night. 10 to go on the shot clock. Devin Harris has it. On the pull-up over Powell.
What you just saw looks, you know, very simple. But pulling up instead of trying to get all the way to the basket, all the difference in the world between getting that basket and committing an offensive charge.
Powell to Luther Head for 3.
Big basket by Luther Head. Not known for his jump shooting.
Illinois back to within 5. We're nearing halftime, just over 5 minutes to go first half. Nice cut by Morley. Mater is there.
Hey, Mater just hanging in there. Mater doesn't get a lot of rebounds for a guy 6'11". But you know what? He is 6'11", so he is a threat.
He is a patron saint of the Grateful Red, the student section here at the Kohl Center. Darren Williams, not that time, on the in-close jump shot. Harris on the push. Now pulls it out. Good catch, Morley. He had Head sealed on the block. Well done.
The strength of Wisconsin starting to take over this game once again.
4:42 to go. First half. Timeout, Illinois. Looks like a religious convention, doesn't it?
It certainly does. But here's the power of Wisconsin. You got Morley working hard on the left box. And then Harris. Remember earlier he picked up that offensive charge by trying to get too close to the basket. That time he smartly pulls up, have confidence in his jump shooting ability.
Greg, we talk about this on both the collegiate and pro level. The medium range jumper, it's a lost art, and there's a lot of room to shoot in the medium range. And you can look at what Devin Harris done today as compared to Wednesday against Michigan, where he basically was a no-show, and yet Wisconsin was able to win through the efforts of Mader off the bench and Clayton Hansen off the bench hitting three-point field goals.
Right. You can almost predict that Harris was going to have a better game here against Illinois.
Well, he's a great, great player. And although he struggled with his offensive numbers the other night, his leadership was prevalent. Steal by Morley, foul by Luther Head. Boy, Wisconsin has Illinois pretty much scrambled on both ends. And this is somewhat of a surprise for those of us who've seen with Illinois in their last two games. But again, those games were at home.
You've got Morley in a situation now where he's looking to put Wisconsin up by double digits, and that can be very crippling sometimes when you're a team on the road in a hostile environment, but he misses the free throw.
Jack Ingram, the rebound, just checked in for the first time for Illinois. Gives them another big body out there. Luther Head, another three. In the back tap to Head, now D. Brown. Looking for room, picked up on a switch by Andreas Helmig. Brown penetrates just a bit. Good ball movement on this trip for Illinois. Open look from the outside, wouldn't go for Head. Wisconsin shooting it at better than 60% of this first half. Tipped out of bounds, last touch, I believe, by Illinois. It will belong to Wisconsin when we come back. Just under 4 minutes to go in the first half.
They say soft drinks need to be prominently displayed. Well, this is fine for other soft drinks. It's not prominent enough for refreshing 7-Up. Now this should get some attention. Beautiful. Don't be shy. Wait till next week when they go on sale. I'm bringing people in already.
Ponder this. You get what? About 5 new cars in your life? One mistake and boom, 4 prime years gone. However, slip behind 260 supercharged horses in the most powerful, best-handling driving machine in its class, and your life will still go by fast. But this time, it'll be a real good fast. The 2004 Grand Prix with Comp G, the new power of Pontiac. That's fuel for the soul.
Do you have the right truck? The 2004 Chevy Silverado now available with power packs. Get this Silverado extended cab with a light-duty power pack, Vortec V8, heavy-duty trailering, plus the Safe and Sound power pack, bucket seats, Bose sound system, and more. Combine power pack savings with cash back for a total value of $4,500 on select models. Silverado now available with power packs. It's the right truck. See your local Chevy dealer today.
This year, Miles is going to blitz them with over 700 new and used vehicles. Crown will light up the scoreboard by giving you huge amounts on your trade-in.
Bargain Bowl 9, Miles versus Crown. Rebates up to $4,500, zero financing up to 60 months. Everything at super savings.
Once again, Miles is going to kick Crown.
Miles better watch their own. We're going to beat them bad.
Bargain Bowl 9, Miles versus Crown. Route 51 North in Pershing, Decatur.
Where you are the winner.
Mike Leeson, Sean Morris back at the Big Ten studios. Coming up at halftime, of course, we'll recap the Michigan game. UConn goes down again. We'll have highlights. You sitting here 2 or 3 times, you mentioned Wisconsin's defense again.
Wisconsin's defense outstanding on the perimeter, not allowing Illinois to reverse the basketball. As a result, Wisconsin's post players able to beat that talented front line to the block, taking away that inside game that Illinois is trying to get established.
All right, Sean, let's go back to the Kohl Center with Wayne and Greg.
All right, thank you very much, guys. You guys are right. I mean, that's the thing where Wisconsin's really got this game scrambled is on the defensive end. And they have been the team that's been the aggressor, especially up into the guards of Illinois. Pressure on the ball has been prevalent. Now Wisconsin offensively. Helmig almost traveled there. Morley clears. Picked up by McBride. Clayton Hansen. And it wouldn't stay down. Had an incredible night the other night against Michigan, and a foul coming up here on Wisconsin.
Madison was the guy that Michigan never considered, never thought that he could come off and have the type of game he had. 17 points in 18 minutes of action, 5 of 6 from three land.
Foul was on Andreas Helmig. His second, 6 on the team now as Orlando Tucker looks on. How about this, Greg? This is a bit of a surprise. Wisconsin going into the paint for much of its scoring so far today.
Well, we said this game would possibly be determined by the front line. And easily right now, Wisconsin's front line
dominating.
Much the better. Up to 2, no question.
In the post, got a hold coming up as Morley set up on the block. And, you know, the thing to watch with this Wisconsin offense, don't just watch the ball. Watch the movement of people away from the ball. That's what sets everything into this swing motion offense.
Oh, yeah. Every guy moves with a purpose. And they set nice, meaningful screens, not your token screens, screens that are designed to get somebody open with a good look.
Richard McBride picks up his second personal foul. That's 9 on the team. Morley at the free throw line makes good on his first. Bo Ryan has established quite a base now here in Madison. Long time coach at the University of Wisconsin-Platteville. Spent 2 years at UW-Milwaukee and then got the call to come to Madison.
Well, now there's a double-digit lead if you're Wisconsin. Your challenge if you're Illinois, get that thing into single digits. Try to get a surge going into the halftime locker room and build some momentum.
Roger Powell, good feed from Nick Smith, who's one of the best passing big men in the Big Ten.
You know, you would think that if Illinois could get a little bit better spacing, it seems like they're operating in such tight quarters in that paint area. Spacing will help them maybe get some more opportunities for Roger Powell.
That's a great point. Smith out on Mater. D. Brown in the passing lane. Boo Wade able to pull it away. Wisconsin doesn't have much going here. Mater could not make the catch there. Traveling the call is Roger Powell tried to rein it in, and he rolled on the floor. So the obvious call. Wisconsin gets a reprieve. Been frustrating for these Illini here today.
Big time reprieve. A new shot clock.
And Devin Harris for 3. Ring it up.
That's the way to take advantage of your reprieve.
Take advantage of that mulligan.
Oh, my goodness.
You hit that next drive down the middle of the fairway, 250 at least. Roger Powell for 3 gets it right back for Illinois.
Wow, I didn't expect that. But Powell, that was a very necessary basket. It's back down to single digits.
Under 2 minutes to go, first half. Boo Wade looking for a better passing angle to get it to Wilkinson. Wilkinson across the lane finds Mater. Mater struggles to get it up. And the tie-up, the ball should go to Illinois on this one. What are the Badgers missing here today with 2 starters out of the lineup? Freddie Owens and Orlando Tucker. Well, take a look. Big-time production. Lots of minutes. About 22, almost 23 points a game.
Not to mention the rebound. And then the experience that a guy like Owens gives you. Owens such an all-around performer.
One of 2 seniors on the team.
They'll be missed on the road. That's where you're going to miss their presence the most.
Darren Williams, Boo Wade gave him that layup and he missed it. Devin Harris has played very well in this first half if you've just joined us. So is Mike Wilkinson. Nixon from the outside for 3. Long rebound. Williams has it and he's knocked to the floor. I think he took a shot to the stomach, inadvertent, but nonetheless, Darren Williams has gone through some injury miseries this season. Broke his jaw, had it wired shut for about 3 weeks. See if we can pick it up on the long carom.
Here he gets involved in a little bit of collision right there with Nixon. But he's a tough guy. You mentioned that broken jaw, missed 3 games. But when he finally came back, he was still playing with that jaw wired.
Yep. All he could, consume for food was milkshakes, basically. He's still not able to really dig into a medium rare piece of steak, much as he'd like to, but that's another couple of weeks away. And as I mentioned, Greg, earlier, he has become, I think, the on-court leader, and off-court for that matter, of this basketball team. Last year, you were thinking Dee Brown when you thought Illinois. This year, Darren Williams. And that's no knock on Dee Brown in any way, shape, or form. Dee is still a great player, but Darren Williams has become a great leader in addition to a great player.
Yeah, and leader is the thing, because their numbers are similar. Yep. Both guys 12 points a game, both guys almost 6 assists a game, 4 or 5 rebounds a game. But yeah, Williams is the tough guy, the leader that has emerged.
Wilkinson able to protect the ball. Try to feed it to Devin Harris. Good catch. Harris got fouled, almost made a circus shot.
You really have to marvel at the passing ability of this Wisconsin team. They use the bounce pass very well, too. And when they bounce it in, it's so low to the ground, the only guy that's going to get a hand on it is the person that's intended for it. I also love the way they move without the ball. Yep. It's incredible.
Brian Randall's second personal foul. Everything's a 2-shot foul for the final 42.2 for Wisconsin as Illinois is over the double foul limit. Devin Harris makes good on the first. Wisconsin 4th in the Big Ten in free throw shooting, just under 70%. Illinois is 8th in the league. Harris makes a pair. 15 in this first half for him. 14 for Wilkinson, and they have carried the load offensively for Wisconsin to this first half. Roger Powell to the right hand, nicely done.
Oh man, he shows what he can do when he doesn't have to deal with the harassment of 2 defenders.
7-point ball game as we near halftime.
He was guarded one-on-one that time, and he used his defender. Did a nice job.
Harris now has Williams on him. Wade and defended by Dee Brown. No shot clock. Time winding down in this first half. Wilkinson right back to Harris, and he got bumped on the play. He'll go to the line. Clever little pass from Wilkinson to Harris. Little 2-man game in heavy traffic over there.
Again, as bounce pass being the key, and then not standing, not being a stationary target. Devin Harris was trying to get the shot off. Good, he was defended well. He gave it up and then moved right away and got the ball back.
Dee Brown gets his second personal foul. Harris missing on the first. How about these numbers? Wow. What a first half for this dynamic duo. Carrying Wisconsin to the halftime lead.
Look at the field goal shooting, too.
Efficient? Yeah, absolutely. 16 for Devin Harris. Can they get it off in time? Dee Brown 3, no. And the first half comes to a close in Madison. Mike Wilkinson, 14 points. Devin Harris with 16. They combine for all but 8 of the Wisconsin points, and the Badgers lead it by 8 at halftime. To the studio, Mike Gleason and Sean Morris. Gentlemen.
Thanks a lot, Wayne. 8-point game, Wisconsin. Remember, Wednesday night, the Michigan Wolverines only trailed the Badgers by 1. It's amazing how the Badgers, they can just methodically almost lull you to sleep with their great fundamental basketball.
Well, what they do, Mike, is that they do what they do well, and they do it throughout the course of the ball game. Michigan made a run against them on Wednesday. They stayed with the game plan. They're doing the same thing here against Illinois. Illinois got a little bit of momentum. Wisconsin stayed with what was effective for them, going inside to Wilkinson early. Then Harris started to pick it up, and defensively, they've been very, very solid here in the first half.
Maybe lull you to sleep is wrong. Maybe they just dropped the hammer with their fundamental basketball. Earlier today, we had Michigan traveling to Happy Valley to battle the struggling Penn State Indy Lions. Let's take you to the Bryce Jordan Center. Jan Jagla struggled with his shot, but this 3 cuts it to 6.
Jan Jagla only 1 of 9 in the early going, and one of the reasons was Lester Abram on the defensive end, but here he steps out and knocks down a big 3. And then Petway off the bench, very athletic, one of his many dunks.
Here he comes again. You like the way this guy leaps?
And he was so intent on blocking shots that he really altered a lot of inside presence that Penn State was trying to establish.
He was quite the player in Georgia. I think he has 19 buckets, and 16 of them are slam dunks. If he learns to shoot the jump shot, look out, he might be dangerous. But you look at Michigan, and obviously you saw the shots of Lester Abram right there. He was only 2 of 6 against Wisconsin. He came up big today.
Well, what he did is he really stayed with the game plan today. Lester Abram 19 big points. 2 or 3 from behind the arc. You see a couple of them coming right here. Stepping out, knocking it down. Also showed the ability to get to the rim. But I thought just as importantly, if not more so, Mike, was the fact that he was able to come out and really take Jan Jagiel out of the game in the first half. Held him to 1 of 9 shooting. Really frustrated the 7-footer. That allowed Michigan to build a lead, which Penn State was never able to cut into.
Abrams, 6 points on Wednesday in Madison. He has the big game. Of course, he was averaging 15 in conference play before that Wisconsin game. After 3 straight on the road, Tommy Amaker gets to head back to Chrysler Arena on Wednesday. Still to come. And we'll check out Duke, and then Jason Maxiell and the Bearcats are on the road. This time heading for some Southern Mississippi hospitality. We're at the half. We've played 20. The Badgers by 8 over the Fighting Illini of Illinois, 38-30.
Nothing worse than being ready to go and your car won't. So we're ready in advance. Ready with the right equipment, the right people, and the right parts. All at ready to go, low prices. And if it's your battery, we'll install it for free. So bring it on. We're ready in advance.
For the best parts, people and price, we're ready in advance. Yeah, bring it on.
No other weekly financial publication moves the markets like Barron's. It provides the knowledge, insight, and foresight that allow you to stay one step ahead. Subscribe now and you'll also receive this Barron's Stock Evaluator free. It lets your computer help you turn money into wealth. Get 13 weeks of Barron's and the Stock Evaluator, all for only $39. Call now toll-free, 800-334-6600. That's 800-334-6600.
Ponder this. You get what? About 5 new cars in your life? One mistake and boom, 4 prime years gone. However, slip behind 260 supercharged horses in the most powerful, best-handling driving machine in its class, and your life will still go by fast. But this time, it'll be a real good fast. The 2004 Grand Prix with Comp G, the new power of Pontiac. That's fuel for the soul.
Well, the Tumblers, boy, they got that floor quick, didn't they, in the Kohl Center? They're pretty good. Anyway, Devin Harris, 16 points already at halftime. It's hard to believe there's a basketball game going on out there in Madison. Georgetown home, hosting the #1 team in the land, the Dukies. Chris Duhon steps outside of the launching pad for the 3.
Came in averaging under 10 points per ball game, but look at this deep 3. He already has 13 at this point in the ball game, Mike.
How about Sheldon Williams? Boy, it's raining 3s there for the Dukies. Mentioned Duhon with 13, Sheldon Williams with 18 already, and it's 63-31 with the victory when they get it. Not if, but when. It'll be their 13th straight to 5 straight on the road. Looks like, well, Duhon and Williams will be outscoring Georgetown on the road. Okay, what about the big game here in the Big East? Providence and UConn played in the Hartford. Ryan Gomes, boy, he had a big game, didn't he?
Really big for Providence. But you know UConn's not going away here. Rashad Anderson steps back, knocks down a big 3. But Providence answers with a 3 of their own. Cody knocks down a big one with the game still in doubt.
That's a 5-point game at that juncture, but a little exclamation point for Mr. Gomes. How about 26 points, 12 rebounds, and Providence, they go to 4-1 in the Big East. UConn now 3-1 with that 66-56 victory. And Cincinnati on the road after losing in Louisville. They're on top of the Eagles of Southern Miss. And how about North Carolina?
Well, North Carolina rebounding from a very disappointing loss earlier this week down at Florida State. And Cincinnati doing their very best to put the Golden Eagles on the EPA's endangered species list.
Rashad McCants with 26, 6 Tar Heels in double figures. They're 2-3 in the ACC. Wisconsin's 3-1 in the Big Ten Conference. Illinois is 3-2. And right now, looks like the Badgers have the inside track to going 4-1. But there's still 20 minutes to play. More halftime coming up after this.
What happens when a neuroscientist and a kinesiologist share ideas? At Illinois, they discovered that exercise reduces brain tissue loss in the elderly. What about engineering and industrial design students? At Illinois, they create a better baby bottle that reduces tooth decay. And experts in physiology, engineering, and speech and hearing. At Illinois, they design hearing aids that filter background noise.
Hey, Pat, nice to see you.
Interdisciplinary research. It's the Illinois brand of excellence.
Throughout our state, you'll meet some of the 9,000 Wisconsin teachers educated at the University of Wisconsin-Madison. 4,000 Wisconsin nurses are Madison graduates. 18,000 of our agricultural school grads call Wisconsin home. And this Wisconsin police officer is just one of UW-Madison's 56,000 liberal arts graduates living in the state. Oh, and we also train 700 of Wisconsin's veterinarians. The University of Wisconsin-Madison. Forward thinking.
This is Rick Berg of the Ken Diepholz family of dealerships, and you're still telling us that our way of doing business is the way that you like it. With 6 franchises, 2 convenient locations, and 1 great family philosophy, we can give you the best prices, higher trade-in values, and lower monthly payments. Like a 2001 Taurus starting at $94.95 and $137 a month, or 2003 Aleros at $10,984 and $156 a month.
This is Ron Diepholz inviting you to stop by Ken Diepholz Chevrolet Olds Cadillac in Charleston or Ford Lincoln Mercury in Effingham for honesty, integrity, and great family values.
You know, when I was a young man, riding a Harley-Davidson motorcycle, oh, that's all I could think of. I mean, that open road, that rumbling engine, the wind in my face.
You had a Harley?
No, I never got it. I spent the money on aluminum siding instead.
Let's go see what Grandma's doing.
Gutteridge Harley-Davidson Buell in Danville and Kozar Harley-Davidson in Forsyth proudly support Illini sports.
We're at the break up in Madison. Earlier today, Wayne Larrabee caught up with Wisconsin's Pat Richter, who's retiring April 1st after 15 years as the Badger Athletic Director.
Well, thanks very much, Mike Gleason. You know, back in 1989, the University of Wisconsin athletic program needed some help, and they looked to Madison, to an alum, Pat Richter, who was a highly successful executive at Oscar Mayer. And, Pat, was this one of the few jobs you would have taken to leave Oscar Mayer?
Probably the only job, Wayne. I really hadn't thought about it much, but we had merged with Kraft Foods, and things had changed a little bit. It looked like maybe things were going to Chicago. We're from Madison, wanted to stay here, and that's when it kind of tickled our interest.
But it had to be a thrill for you as an alum to come back to your university.
It really was. We didn't really know what the challenges were and all the things we had to do, but certainly it was fun to come back as a chance to run your own operation, be a CEO, if you will, in Madison, your hometown, at your alma mater, and that was really the challenge.
This was not an easy job when you got here. The athletic department was over $2 million in the red. Football was struggling. No sports are really doing that well. And yet here we go now, almost 15 years later, and this is one of the top 10 programs in the country. The hiring of Barry Alvarez, was that the key to your success here?
It really was the start. We knew that football had to get healthy. That's what caused the deficit. You know, we'd gone from 70,000 to 40,000 fans. Football had to get healthy, and then once that happened, everybody else recognized the program that was around was very good, and so, but psychologically, it helped people get back on board with the Badgers.
The biggest aspect of your job, the thing that I guess ties to success is the hiring of coaches, especially in those major revenue-producing sports, right?
Absolutely, and I think that's what helped my experience at Oscar Mayer. I was involved in human resources, and people really are the key, and with Barry and with Stu Jackson, Dick Bennett, subsequently Bo Ryan, Mike Eves in hockey. Those are our 3 revenue sports. They have to be healthy, and good people running those programs is critical to our success.
Pat, what would you like your legacy to be? How would you like people like us to remember you here at Wisconsin, your years as athletic director?
Well, probably in this building is not a bad place to start, Wayne. We've been very fortunate. I think basketball, the success that's happened has probably been the most rewarding and most unexpected, and it's just been terrific. And certainly the Kohl Center, what's happening at Camp Randall, I think a lot of people just come up and they shake hands and say thank you, and that really means an awful lot. I know what they mean, it means a lot, and that's really all we will hope for.
And we thank you for your time today.
Thank you very much, Wayne. Appreciate it.
All right, thanks a lot, Wayne. Pat Richter, some athlete in his day. Now, I'm not sure if Devin Harris can hit a baseball like Richter, but I'll tell you, he's 5 for 7 in the first half, and his team leads by 8.
You sure got stuff. Where do you put it all? Let your Nissan dealer show you a new Murano at $28,760. We've got nothing to hide. You might, of course. Nissan Murano.
Good oil, good protection. Citgo, we know you.
Update now. Right now it's 38-30 in Madison. Now let's go to Conference USA down at Southern Miss. Cincinnati trying to bounce back after the debacle to Louisville. Tony Bobbitt drives the baseline, gets two. Bearcats take the lead.
And Eric Hicks keeps pouring it on right here. The dribble drive, the leave at the rim, and sends it home, putting up Cincinnati up bigger, and they're really locking it down on the defensive end after giving up 93 points earlier.
52-30. The Bearcats trying to bounce back. It looks like they've done so. Right now it's 38-30. Wisconsin on top of the Fighting Illini of Illinois. D. Brown, 0 for 4. Augustine's only taken 2 shots. That's got to play into the second half. He's got to touch the ball more, I would think.
Well, I think what's going to happen is that they have to be more patient on the offensive end of the floor, reverse the ball, because Wisconsin took away that ball reversal, Mike, and made them almost exclusively one side of the floor for each possession. As a result, they weren't able to free up the inside guys. Darren Williams was able to get in the lane on dribble penetration a little bit earlier, but they shut that down. Illinois can't get panicky and start shooting threes. There's still a lot of time left to play in this ball game.
You know, I talked about Wednesday night, Devin Harris only 1 for 6 against Michigan, but then he backed off in his shooting, and he was more than happy to step aside, and he picked up other areas of the game. Of course, he got into foul trouble. 5 for 7. So it's almost like a statement game coming back and saying, okay, everybody has a bad shooting day, but he's 5 for 7 in the first half already.
Well, when you talk about Devin Harris, you're talking about efficiency. I think he really sets the standard for Wisconsin. We've talked about the efficiency of their offense. When things weren't falling for him on Wednesday night against Michigan, he didn't panic. He didn't start forcing shots up. He knew Wilkinson had the hot hand, as did Clayton Hansen. Today, he has the hot hand, looking more for his own shots. That's really a standard of this Wisconsin program.
That's right. He has 16 after 20 minutes. Wilkinson already with 14 points, and the Badgers lead it 38-30. You're heading back to Madison for the second half with Wayne and Greg right after this. Enjoy the game.
What keeps you from getting the exercise you need? Is it lack of time? Are you afraid of doing something wrong?
Chances are you've seen us talking about the Total Gym before, wondering, is it really as good as they say? The fact is, it's even better than we say.
So what kind of body do you want? Maybe you just want to trim and tone your body.
Or if you want the strength and conditioning of a world-class athlete or a bodybuilder, the Total Gym can help you get there faster than you've ever imagined. So why not give it a try? Believe me, once you try it, you'll be hooked on it. I know, I've used mine for over 20 years.
Now you can own the Total Gym for as little as $29.95 a month charged on your credit card. And Total Gym won't charge you a penny of interest. Our best offer ever.
To order Total Gym, call 1-800-392-5277. That's 1-800-392-5277. Call now.
I have to read the Wall Street Journal every day. If I don't, I feel I've missed something. There's stuff that I read about, articles about large businesses or small businesses, and the things that they're doing to succeed. And then I try and take that and apply that to my little company.
Most surprising thing about the Journal, I like to read it.
Get early morning delivery of the Journal for just 45 cents a day. That's 50% off the regular rate. Call 800-238-5300. That's 800-238-5300 for the Wall Street Journal.
Big Ten fans embody the spirit of college basketball.
They support their favorite teams in conference with passion and loyalty.
Their knowledge in class helps set the Big Ten apart from the rest.
So do your part the next time you cheer from the stand.
Show good sportsmanship and respect the fans, the officials,
and the great tradition that is Big Ten basketball.
Big Ten basketball.
Good sports make great fans. We welcome you back, young and old alike, to Madison, Wisconsin. Great to have you with us, Wayne Larrabee, along with Special K, Greg Pelzer. Let's take a look at the Saab first half highlights of this afternoon's game between Illinois and Wisconsin.
Well, first of all, Mike Wilkinson was nearly unstoppable for Wisconsin. Got a lot of great opportunities to the basket, as did Devin Harris, beautifully atoning for a subpar game against Michigan. Roger Powell finally got it going in the latter half of that first half. 4 of 6 shooting. He was their leading scorer, and I think they need to find him early and often, starting the second half.
I think you're exactly right. And the other thing you mentioned late in the first half was spacing for Illinois. They need a little better spacing perhaps in the half court against this Wisconsin defense. The numbers in that first half. You know, the other night, Illinois held Penn State to 21% from the field. Wisconsin up at 56%, running their offense well, getting to the free throw line, and leading in the rebounding category.
You know, the other thing that's really, really impressive about Wisconsin shooting percentage, 56%, no fast break points. It's all come out of the half court when the defense has been set.
Illinois leads the Big Ten in scoring, better than 76 points a game. This game is being played at Wisconsin's pace, and only 2 fast break points for Illinois in the first half. And a quick look inside. Zach Morley with a flush. Nice dish from Wilkinson.
I'm going to say it right now. Wisconsin uses the bounce pass as well as any team in this conference.
Evidence has been plenty here today.
Hey, I think it's a big reason why they don't turn the ball over. First of all, they understand the importance of taking care of the ball, but they really use that bounce pass well. It doesn't get deflected. It's a completed pass most of the time.
Augustine misses on the screen roll. Roger Powell is fouled on the foul out.
Okay, here's the 6'8" Wilkinson ball handling, and there's that beautiful bounce pass to Morley, who was waiting to flush it.
Wilkinson waiting for the free throws of Roger Powell. Makes good on his first. He'll have another. Powell 11 points, many of them down the stretch, including a big three-pointer that cut the deficit from double digits into single digits for Illinois.
Oh yeah, had Powell not gotten things going last 5 or 6 minutes of that first half, we may have been looking at a 15-point halftime deficit for their lineup. He was huge to their recovery from Wisconsin's dominance.
Andreas Helmick, who just picked up his 3rd personal foul, leaves. And here comes Devin Harris, right back to the Illini. Left it for Boo Wade, and a miscue, Wisconsin.
Hey, broke the press very well. That time, another bounce pass probably would have provided a better result.
Only the 5th turnover of the game for Wisconsin. Opening minute, second half. Illinois trailing by 8. Looks like a little better spacing on this trip down the floor for the Illini. The cut by Williams. Morley misdirected a pass from Luther Head. Wilkinson in close once again from Harris.
And Wisconsin makes you pay for turning the ball over. And that's a fast break basket. It's their first of the game.
Darren Williams. Jumped out by Wilkinson. Rotates to Luther Head. Williams slips it inside Roger Powell. Head jumps into the lane. Tried to manufacture a shot there against Mater. Harris out of the backcourt. Wilkinson on the block. And I believe we got a push coming up on Roger Powell, his second, first on the team. D. Brown, just 4 shot attempts, no points. Meanwhile, Devin Harris was outstanding.
Harris is at his average right now. 16 points a game, looking to build on that. D. Brown gives the Illini nearly 13 a game, and they need them.
Mater makes it good inside off the miss by Devin Harris. And Bruce Weber and company want a timeout right now. They don't want to let this thing get any further out of hand. 2 minutes and 6 seconds into the second half, and Wisconsin enjoys its biggest lead.
In Italy, you'll find Florence. In this case, Florence is a cow. And important because Italian cheesemakers wanted to make the best Parmesan and more of it. Knowing that cows fed certain feeds produce higher yields of Parmesan, Cargill developed special feeds and a supply chain so the cheesemakers get just the right milk. Now Florence, the cow, delivers lots of quality Parmesan to Florence, the city. This is how Cargill works with customers.
Love, 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 love.
Pity
love,
the
love.
human male.
Sex, 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 sex.
Love.
Sex.
Love, love, love. Love, love, love. Love.
Sex.
But every once in a magical while,
Rolling Rock. Love one.
there's something they can both understand. And the chain of life marches gloriously on.
Rolling Rock beer. Grab a rock.
Get in the zone. I'm Jesse James. The way I see it, a car is not just a way to get from point A to point B. It is the point. That's where the pros at AutoZone can help. They've got the stuff you need to keep your car running right and make it as cool as you want. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
There's a state where there's fun around every corner, where all cars are turbocharged, and there's a direct link between the right foot and a smile. Maybe that's why people who test drive a Saab usually buy one. This is the state of independence. Welcome.
During the Saab Sign and Drive event, get a Saab 9.3 linear sports sedan with zero due at lease inception.
They started the new millennium with a Final Four appearance, and of course that's led to a great following. A home court advantage that has netted Wisconsin 23 consecutive wins here at the Kohl Center. And they lead by 12. Plenty of time left, just under 18 minutes to go for the game. But Illinois has dug itself a hole.
That last conversion for Wisconsin was Dave Mader's second offensive rebound in this game. As I said earlier, he's 6'11". You got to put a body on him. If you don't, he can hurt you off that offensive window.
D. Brown looking for his first points of the afternoon. Gave it up in the lane. Loose on the floor. Harris able to clear to Bouet. Badgers have numbers if they want it. Harris splits defenders and gets fouled in the process.
Man, he's cat quick today, isn't he?
Richard McBride gets caught for his third.
At times, it looks like Devin Harris is out of control, but no, he's well under control. And this speed and quickness are a bit much for the line out of handle today.
And you don't realize how quick and fast he is, Greg, because he's such a smooth athlete. Morley from deep. That would have brought the house down. Illinois, rare transition opportunity, and one. Let's see if they're going to allow the field goal. He hung on the rim.
They may wipe that off and call it offensive goaltending because he was still hanging on the rim. Now, he's going to get some free throws either way.
Right.
But he was hanging on the rim while that ball was still up in the air dropping through. They're going to count it.
They're counting it. I think the feeling there was that he had to hang onto the rim, otherwise he was coming down awkwardly, perhaps on another player. And maybe that's why they allowed it.
Well, I tell you what, it was a good catch in traffic. Look at this pass from Brown. And then the finish, the strong finish. He hangs on the rim while the ball is coming through. But this is a break that the Illini needed.
Mader guilty of the foul. It is his second. And the second on the team. Now the two coaches confer with the officials. Zelton Steed and Donnie Gray. Artie McDonald is also on this game. I think Bo Ryan wants an explanation as to why they allowed that without calling goaltending of some sort.
Well, you're going to see the foul from behind. There's the push. Now watch the basketball. It bounds up. Meanwhile,
you know what?
You've got Powell hanging on the rim.
Ball never hit the iron, though, afterward. It went up into the air, came straight down. Maybe that's what they decided. A much-needed transition bucket for Illinois and a three-point play by Roger Powell.
Just like that, it's back down to 9. And I can tell you, psychologically, you're on the road, you look up, see a single-digit deficit. It's almost like new life. Hey, we can get this thing down even further.
3 minutes gone by, second half. Wisconsin's played on the lead all afternoon. Devin Harris, 3. McBride, the rebound. Here come the Illini, and the pass off the mark intended for Darren Williams. And turnovers beginning to plague the Illini here in the early going of the second half. We take a moment now to thank our Big Ten corporate partner, Gatorade, thirst quencher. Gatorade, it's in college basketball. Is it in you? Wisconsin off the turnover. In the lane, Morley unable to handle the pass in traffic. Augustine does. Darren Williams, deep round. Luther Head, Augustine, and Rich McBride on the floor now for Illinois. And now Roger Powell has it into the lane. And one. Illinois, it's obvious the adjustment they've decided to make is to take it inside even if you have to go off the dribble.
Yeah. So you're not seeing nearly the number of outside shots in this half as you did in the first half, and Brown continues to be effective. He's putting on a display similar to the one that Wilkinson put on in terms of putting the ball on the floor and getting to that hoop, and getting some dividends. Another three-point opportunity for Roger Powell.
Third personal foul on Dave Mader. Roger Powell at the line completes a three-point play. He has scored all of the Illinois points, in all 8 of them in this second half.
And I think Illinois perfect from the free throw line right now. They've yet to miss in this game.
19 in the game for Roger Powell, 8 in the second half. Wilkinson inside, blocked by Augustine. It'll belong to Wisconsin out of bounds. But Illinois beginning to rise up now on both ends of the floor.
Hey, it's tough what they're trying to do. They're trying to beat Wisconsin on their home floor, playing their game. But they're giving themselves a chance right now with sturdier defense and much better offensive execution.
Wade inside. Traveled on the play. 15:54 left to go. Things have tightened considerably in Madison.
Explain the bottle again.
Well, I fill it with authentic Guinness draft.
Brilliant!
Then we walk outside.
Yes.
Bring it to a party.
Yes.
And then we drink it.
Drink beer at a party? Brilliant! What else you working on?
Remember how I used to open the bottle?
Yes.
Well, I've devised a gadget that does it for you.
Brilliant!
Brilliant!
Guinness draft straight from the bottle. Enjoy it everywhere.
Brilliant!
This is Bob. Bob is doing well. Very well indeed. That's because not long ago, Bob realized that he needed something better in his life. And what did he get? Why, a big boost of confidence, a little more self-esteem, and a very happy missus at home. 3 samples of Enzyte now available while supplies last. Just call or visit fordenzyte.com. Enzyte, the once-a-day tablet for natural male enhancement. This is Bob. Bob is playing well. That's because not long ago, Bob decided to go big time. New clothes, new clubs, and a call to Enzyte, the effective, reliable way to natural male enhancement. And in just a few short weeks, Bob has a big new swing of confidence, a little well-earned respect, and a very happy partner back at the clubhouse. 3 samples of Enzyte now available while supplies last. Just call or visit fordenzyte.com. Enzyte, the once-a-day tablet for natural male enhancement.
Good oil, good protection. Citgo, we know you.
Back in Madison, Illinois, back to within 6 after trailing by as many as 12. Let's take a look at our assist leaders. Brought to you by Cargill. Collaborate, create, and succeed. And Greg, we've got the leading assist men in the Big Ten in this game here today.
Yeah, a lot of good ball handling, a lot of good passing. And we're seeing much of that from Devin Harris, who's having a heck of a game. There's Darren Williams right there, trying to keep his Illini in it. And Dee Brown still looking to get something going.
Roger Powell has all 8 Illinois points in this second half, 19 in the game. Powell has become more and more a scoring option for Illinois in the last 3 games. Powell looking for Augustine. They've been fronting him successfully in the post all day. Luther Head penetrates. The reach by Nixon, and the foul is on Wisconsin. Second on Ray Nixon, third on the team.
It seems as though Bruce Weber told his guys, I don't want any more outside shots. You take the ball inside one way or another, because that's what they're doing, and it's paying off big time. They've gotten themselves right back into this game with that type of approach.
Luther Head makes it 5 for 5 in the second half at the free throw line for Illinois. And understand, they only had 6 free throw attempts in the first half. Now, they made all 6 of them, but only 6.
Well, what did we say in the first half? If you don't get it inside, you're not going to get fouled.
On any level you play at.
Right.
4-point ball game now. Illinois roaring back. Wilkinson so hot on the first half, yet to score here in the second. Wilkinson has pinned Roger Powell. Turns inside of Augustine. 18 for Mike Wilkinson.
His footwork and his composure in the post makes him unguardable.
Dee Brown out front.
Certainly unguardable one-on-one.
Yeah. You need a little help.
Yep.
Augustine. Stripped away by Nixon. Harris is fouled by Williams.
Well, what do we say? You know, you turn the basketball over. That is the quickest way to quell your momentum. And Illinois did it again a moment ago on the mishandle by Augustine. Now here's Wilkinson, one-on-one against Roger Powell. Powell is at his mercy in that situation.
You know, Rogers got to get a little more help from Augustine on a play like that. Right. Augustine just kind of olayed him. 6-point lead, Wisconsin. They've got the ball. Morley slashing. Kicked out of bounds on a low pass to the big man, Mike Wilkinson. Nick Smith into the ball game for Illinois. As Bo Ryan looks on. Smith did not score in his tour of duty in the first half. He's been a double-digit scorer in Big Ten play for Illinois. High-low, Roger Powell inside. Did not get the bounce that time. The other thing Wisconsin's done very well here is control the boards, essentially. Very few second-chance opportunities off offensive rebounds for Illinois. Wilkinson for 3. Bring it up.
I remember him as a freshman. He gave them 10 points a game coming off the bench almost exclusively. But he has gotten better and better and better.
Nice move inside Luther Head, and the Illini needed a field goal there. Wilkinson now 21 points. He has scored the last 7 points for Wisconsin.
Guess what? Wilkinson is Kirk Penny now.
Yeah. In a sense, I guess. Steps out again. Long deuce short. Roger Powell up high for the rebound. Darren Williams. Tried that backdoor bounce pass to Dee Brown, intercepted, and here comes Harris. Boo Wade had to adjust the shot. Wilkinson is there.
Wilkinson has been there this entire afternoon.
A new career high, 23 points for Mike Wilkinson. Smith backing Wilkinson. Beautiful move there, but he traveled. Right in front of the Grateful Red. Technical foul. frustration for Illinois. Technical foul on Nick Smith. And you wonder now about the composure of this Illini team on the road. And I'm sure he's wondering as well. Bruce Weber, the head coach.
Well, you know, Nick Smith has been playing pretty well for the Illini, but he's a big guy who's not real comfortable playing physical and close to the basket. Well, Wisconsin's been very physical with him, and now you're seeing the frustration mount.
Nick Smith's third personal foul. Devin Harris. You know, a lot of his shots go right through the net. His free throws bounce around a little bit. They think about going in or not.
Certainly his last three have.
Yeah. Here we go. That's a little better, a little cleaner. The foul on Smith. He now has 3. 14 fouls on Illinois. Wisconsin back to an 11-point lead. One off their game high, and Nick Smith brought to the bench. And Bruce Weber is going to visit with him a little bit.
It's a devastating technical because they made the 2 free throws, and now they got the basketball again. Looking to build on an 11-point lead. How many times can you come back on the road?
Especially in a venue like this, the Kohl Center. Wade trying to slash inside, and does. Wade makes it an 11-2 run for Wisconsin. And the biggest lead of the afternoon, 13 points. Head denied inside, the block by Wilkinson. Harris on the run. I think that might have been a pass and a foul coming up. He banked it off the glass. He had Clayton Hansen flying from behind, and I'm not altogether sure that was a shot. It might have been a pass. It is a foul on Illinois.
Well, that was Wisconsin coming out of their element, if that was a pass. I mean, but the intensity was high. The crowd was into it. No, that was a shot.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I was trying to give him a little too much credit there for creativity. 5 team fouls now on the Illini. Almost 8 minutes gone by, second half. You get the feeling the crucial juncture is now for Illinois. They need a stop, and they get it. Turnover at Wisconsin. Brian Randall, the freshman, traveled. You get a stop on one end, you turn it over on the next. Wisconsin possession when we come back, and the Badgers hitting on all cylinders in this second half.
Get up! Come on! Get up! Come on! Get up! Get up!
There's a state where there's fun around every corner, where all cars are turbocharged, and there's a direct link between the right foot and a smile. Maybe that's why people who test drive a Saab usually buy one. This is the state of independence. Welcome.
During the Saab Sign and Drive event, get a Saab 9.3 linear sports sedan with 0 due at lease inception.
Sometimes you gotta go a little further to find what you want, but not that far. Attract attention with a new set of wheels from Warden Martin Subaru Savoy. Performance, power, practicality. Subaru's hot new lineup has it all. Off-road, on-road. Subaru's all-wheel drive is a solid choice. Cars to take you farther, faster. A dealership driven by a professional sales and service staff with one goal in mind, your satisfaction. Warden Martin Subaru in Savoy. Get there today.
Through these doors pass some of the most educated investors in Central Illinois. Peterson Financial in Champaign offers top financial products in life insurance, annuities, mutual funds, IRAs, 401ks, estate planning, long-term care insurance, and the new 412I program. But most of all, Tony Peterson and Darren Hersey educate their clients as well as advising them. For the experienced personal financial service you deserve, call on the professionals at Peterson Financial, 100 Trade Center Drive, Champaign.
By its biggest margin, Mike Wilkinson has come to the fore here in the second half as well as the first half.
Mike Wilson has personally accounted for Wisconsin taking control of this game in this second half. His work underneath the basket, his outside shooting, his superb footwork, much too much for Illinois to handle right now. I really, really like the way this guy has improved himself year after year.
Career high this afternoon of 23 points and a prevalent role Wednesday night as well with the double-double. Wisconsin basketball, and again Illinois needs to dig in. Clayton Hansen. Nixon left unattended. And the rebound, Wilkinson at good position on Augustine. And the skip pass off the baseline to Hansen, knocked out of bounds. It'll belong to Wisconsin. Good recovery there by Luther Head.
Wilkinson just wanted that rebound a little bit more than everybody else.
He did. Harris will inbound here. And now Augustine talking it over with one of the officials. Cutter at the baseline. Clayton Hansen trying to clear into the post now. Wilkinson traveled. He went into a combination of Augustine and Williams doubling down a bit. And the turnover, Wisconsin. We're at the Kohl Center in Madison, Wisconsin. Fighting Illini of Illinois, 19th ranked Wisconsin. Along with Greg Kelser, I'm Wayne Larrabee and our ESPN crew in the state capital of Wisconsin. The block by Boo Wade. And here comes D. Brown. Looking for Augustine. Greg, they've done a great job of fronting Augustine all afternoon. Williams from the outside. And Illinois continues its relatively cool shooting from the perimeter.
Well, what Illinois needs to avoid is going back exclusively to that outside shot. They got themselves back in the game by getting it inside. They need to do that continually.
Wade back to the basket, now faces Darren Williams. Got a push coming up here, and it's going to be on Darren Williams. It is his second personal, 6th on the team already. Shooting the Rock is brought to you by Rolling Rock Beer. Grab a rock. The numbers speak for themselves. You aren't going to win here if you're the visitor shooting under 40%. Oh, step through, beautifully done. Boo Wade for 2. The lead grows to 15. Augustine, the pass over the top, denied by Wilkinson. Devin Harris, and that might be the dagger.
They really make you pay for making mistakes. And Wayne, another thing, it seems like D. Brown has decided that he's not going to be an offensive threat today because he's not looking at the basket. And in a game like this, on the road, the Illini needed him to step up and give them the 13 points a game that he normally does.
No question about it. I've got a fifth-year senior somewhere in that group. Not quite sure where. But take a look at the steal. And how about Devin Harris on the run-out?
There's that speed and the control. The rare fast break opportunity for Wisconsin, but they show you here that they can run if you turn the basketball over.
15-2 run by Wisconsin and the dynamic duo. 30 of 38 first half points, and for the game now 43 of the 59 Wisconsin points. Devin Harris and Mike Wilkinson.
And we haven't even reached the halfway point of this half, the second half. We've got 10:08 to go. Both of those guys can get career highs in this game.
Brown sets it up on the half court. Luther head inside. But that Roger Powell inside, he's got 21.
Fortunately, if you're Illinois, there's still time. But now you've got to start really playing flawless basketball. Both ends of the floor can no longer give up easy passes.
Harris manufacturing a shot there, no foul. Roger Powell digs it out.
Yeah, and now on this end, you've got to be under control. You can't turn it over.
McBride for three. Harris accelerating on McBride. Deceptive quickness you've been talking about all afternoon, Devin Harris.
I like the fact that Bo Ryan lets him go, too.
Hey, they finally got it inside to James Augustine. His first field goal of the second half.
You know, I watched Bo Ryan that last trip down the floor. Devin Harris really going one-on-two. Ryan kept his spot on the bench and just let his point guard go, trusting him.
Yep.
And Harris made the right decision.
Occasionally, you got to let that happen.
Yeah.
Clayton Hansen forced to the deck by D. Brown. Third personal on Brown, 7 on the team now, so Illinois over the foul limit.
D. Brown is a good player who's just not having a good afternoon.
This is pretty surprising. Wisconsin considered to be in a swing offense, a perimeter team, but if you look at the way they run their offense and all the post-ups they get from anywhere from forwards, guards, centers, they're going to score some points in the paint when it's working right.
They're fun to watch.
And Andreas Helmick is back into the lineup, and he's going to get Mike Wilkinson a round of applause for Wilkinson. Clayton Hansen at the free throw line. He was the hero the other night. 17 points off the bench, totally unexpected. Missed on the front end of the one-on-one opportunity. Roger Powell the rebound. D. Brown. Brian Randall off the ball in the post. We get some rough play with his whistle. They called Ray Nixon on the foul. It's his third, fourth on the team. Non-shooting affair. Brian Randall, the freshman. Here's D. Brown. And again off the ball, I believe got a hold coming up. It might be on Clayton Hansen this time. It is on Hansen. Trying to hold up the cutter on the baseline. Devin Harris got a short break. He's back in for Ray Nixon. This has been an impressive performance by Wisconsin so far. Brown slipping inside. Again. T. Brown's first 2 points of the game come with 8:25 to go.
Still plenty of time if you're Illinois and you can mount a run. Of course, to mount a run, it's got to start on the defensive end when you're trailing like this.
Brian Randall picks up his fourth versatile foul, 8 on the team. And Greg, they're in a position now, down 61-48, where they've got to be just about perfect, as you said, on both ends of the floor.
And you know, go back to our keys of the game. We said defend without fouling. Well, it's really important that they do that now because you've got Wisconsin in the penalty. Each time you foul, they're shooting free throws. But you still have to figure out a way to be aggressive on defense. So a tough dilemma right now for their lineup.
And Wade makes good on his first. But the leading scorer for the Illini, D. Brown, didn't score till a little over 8 minutes to go in this ball game. And that's something that on the road they could not survive. Morley has to take it away. And D. Brown up and running for the Illini. To McBride. Williams back in for Illinois. He's got it now. Roger Powell spinning on Morley. Nicely done. He drew the foul. Zach Morley's second personal, 6 on the team. Morley Charlie, the junior college transfer out of Indian Hills Community College. And he's fit in very well. His dad was a coach, and sometimes that helps. And he has fit this program to a T. A lot of times it takes a good half season for a junior college transfer to really get into the rhythm of what his new teammates are doing. But Morley has fit in pretty well right away. Roger Powell has equaled his career high, 22 points. Imperative that Illinois make its free throws, obviously, with under 8 minutes to go in the game now. And they've been very good from the line today. Matter of fact, they haven't missed. They'll need them all. 7:57 to go. Wisconsin on top.
Advanced Auto Parts. No matter when or where.
There's nothing worse than being ready to go and your car won't. So we're ready in advance. Ready with the right equipment, the right people, and the right parts. All at ready to go, low prices. And if it's your battery, we'll install it for free. So bring it on. We're ready in advance.
For the best parts, people and price. We're ready in advance. Yeah, bring it on.
In Italy, you'll find Florence. In this case, Florence is a cow. And important because Italian cheesemakers wanted to make the best Parmesan and more of it. Knowing that cows fed certain feeds produce higher yields of Parmesan, Cargill developed special feeds and a supply chain so the cheesemakers get just the right milk. Now Florence, the cow, delivers lots of quality Parmesan to Florence, the city. With customers.
Good gas, good neighbors. Citgo, we know you.
Let's take a look at the keys to the game we spoke of early this afternoon.
Well, there it is. Illinois turnovers and defending without foul. And we said Wisconsin needed to limit the guard impact of the Illini, and Harris needed to return the form. Well, here's what has transpired. 13 turnovers for the Illini. They committed 19 fouls. They have not defended Wisconsin. Beautiful 55% shooting by Wisconsin. Brown has been eliminated for the game for the most part, and Harris has more than returned the form.
And you speak about limiting the guard impact for Illinois. Darren Williams had 8 in the first half, none of the second half, and as you mentioned, D. Brown just 2 points so far. Meanwhile, Devin Harris coming up on a career high. His career high is 24 points. He has 22 right now. The other thing that happens at this stage in a game like this is that Wisconsin, when they run their motion offense and their swing offense, takes time off the clock, down to 15 to go on the shot clock. Wilkinson unable to catch that one. Good hustle on the post by Illinois. They tie it up. Alternating possession going to go to the Illini. .12-point lead. Wisconsin's led by as many as 17 in this game.
If you're Illinois, there's just enough time for you to still make things happen. But in order to do so, you got to play solid defense. And even if Wisconsin takes time off the clock, you're okay, as long as you don't give up baskets and second opportunities.
Roger Powell. Here's Darren Williams. Watched by Boo Wade. Gets a screen from Powell. McBride.
Oh, and did I mention you better convert down on this end?
Williams to Brown for 3, just short. Clayton Hansen there for the rebound. Andreas Helmick wanted to go down low to Boo Wade. He was well covered by McBride. Now Wilkinson. There's the quick entry into Hansen inside. Knocked out of bounds. Last touch by D. Brown. Talk about D. Brown trying to bring them back. He's going to have to heat it up from the three-point stripe, it appears. We're under 7 minutes to go. Harris for 3.
Let me tell you, Devin Harris can get his defender off of him because that dribble drive threat is so convincing. It forces the defender to have to back up, and then that gives him the necessary space to shoot his jump shot.
Roger Powell had it halfway down, wouldn't stay. Devin Harris beats D. Brown to the ball. And now they'll reload the offense. Harris, a career high 25 points here today. There's the cut. Good feed from Wilkinson. Foul committed on Boo Wade. The ball movement has been outstanding.
No question. But take a look at Devin Harris. Look at that dribble drive threat. It was enough to back Williams off. He had to respect the drive. Now, in respecting that drive, you cannot recover to Bobby the jump shot. And yeah, Devin Harris reason to smile. He's still smiling.
He's happy to be back on track, Greg.
I'm telling you, when you have a bad game, he would love to play the next game right away if you can.
Take a look at this. Wow, what a matchup between the two leading scorers coming in.
Devin Harris would have played this game the same night that he played the Michigan game had he been able to.
Well, he made your scouting report in a negative way. That's the problem. He was worried about that. He knew he had to do something big.
He's back in the good graces now.
Williams. Roger Powell fighting hard, gets fouled on his way back to the bucket. Wilkinson picks up his second versatile foul. Now both sides over the foul limit. O'Ryan last year led this program to a 24-8 record. 12-4 in the Big Ten. They advanced to the NCAA Sweet 16. Illinois continues to hit its free throws. 24 now for Roger Powell. (15 for 15 at the line of the Illini. Talked him into it, didn't he?
Yep, he sure did.
15-point lead, Wisconsin. Coming up on 5.5 to go for the game. Harris. And Williams got him on a hole. Third personal on Darren Williams. So quick off the dribble, as Greg has talked about. Devin Harris. It's so smooth that you don't realize how quick and fast he is.
Devin Harris.
Illinois coming off its most impressive victory of the season. They buried Penn State, and I realize Penn State on the road is not a good team, but Illinois was spectacular in that game, offensively and defensively. They shot in the neighborhood of 60%. They dominated the boards. Defensively, they held Penn State to 37 points, and the 43-point win was the largest in a Big Ten game since 1956. What a difference a few days makes.
And when you talk about Wisconsin, this is a team that I think you have to take very serious in the Big Ten from here on out. Because they're a team that's going to win here. You know that. But they're a team that's going to win this year on the road, too. They lost very narrowly to Purdue. Otherwise, they would be undefeated in the conference right now.
Greg, they lost a couple of real close games on the road. At Purdue down the stretch, Harris had a chance to win with a three-pointer that went off the front of the rim. At Maryland, they lost in overtime in the ACC Big Ten Challenge to the Terrapins. And the other game they lost was at Alabama, in Alabama's best game of the season thus far. So Wisconsin not an easy mark, home or away.
Right.
Under 5 minutes to go in this one. 17-point lead, Wisconsin. Wilkinson still trying to clear. Devin Harris cannot miss. Ring it up. 30 points for Harris. Luther had to quiet the crowd. Nope, they're still on their feet. 4.5 to go, and it's a 20-point lead for Wisconsin, biggest of the afternoon. Harris, even when he loses the dribble, able to secure and get a timeout call. You know, as bad as it went for Devin Harris Wednesday night against Michigan, it's going even better today. Time now for We Know You, brought to you by Citgo, proud to support today's athletes. The Fighting Illini of Illinois from 1987 through 89 finished his career with better than 1,100 points, averaged 16 points a game, and shot 59% from the field. The Kenny Battle Award each year honors an Illinois player for his tremendous amount of effort exerted in games as well as practices. The winner is chosen by the players and the coaches, and Kenny Battle was an integral part of the 1989 Illini run to the Final Four. Illinois, a rough outing on the road here. Darren Williams, 8 points, all of which came in the first half of play. Illinois started the game with a beautiful backdoor feed to James Augustine, and it went all downhill from there.
Well, this is what Wisconsin has done to most of its Big Ten opponents over the last 2 and some games. 2 years and some games here in this season. They just don't let you play them close.
Fu Wade off balance jumper there. Dee Brown the rebound. Darren Williams pulls up for 3. Wilkinson the rebound, got fouled by Ingram. Well, you know, you talked about it. The home court winning streak will grow to 24 after today's game. The average margin of victory is 20.4 points a game. Illinois, one of the few teams that has been able to come in here and play these guys tight, and that was, of course, last year in the game that decided the Big Ten regular season championship we showed you earlier. But take a look at this. It pretty much says it all.
Unbelievable. You see the last loss, non-conference loss. You know, yesterday in practice, you know, the Illini, they were energetic, you know, a lot of enthusiasm. They were into it. You could feel the confidence in the building. But it just did not manifest itself once the game started today.
Wilkinson and Harris have outscored Illinois 54-51. From a team perspective, it's a 21-point bulge for Wisconsin.
Hi, Susan. I'm Frank's friend, Steve.
Of course you are.
Nice to meet you.
Come on in. Dinner's almost ready.
Oh, I thought we were going out. I made reservations.
Oh, no, I made lasagna. Oh, don't worry. I used soy cheese because I know that you're lactose intolerant.
Okay.
Oh, gosh, try this on.
Wow, you made this for me?
Yeah, I learned how to knit online. It's really no big deal. And these, and this. Okay, let's go meet my parents.
Special treatment. Bad idea for blind dates, good idea for online trading. Ameritrade Apex is our premier active trading program. Get special benefits like the latest trading tools, access to exclusive webcasts, and discounts on research products.
Hi, Steve.
Sign up now and get $100 if you qualify for Apex, plus 25 commission-free internet equity trades. Go to Ameritrade.com/Apex/ or call 866-368-4610.
The Cooper Xeon 2XS Ultra High Performance Tire. Made to perform on the skid pad, the slalom, the track, and in the real world. Cooper tires don't give up a thing.
There's a state where there's fun around every corner, where all cars are turbocharged, and there's a direct link between the right foot and a smile. Maybe that's why people who test drive a Saab usually buy one. This is the state of independence. Welcome.
During the Saab Sign and Drive event, get a Saab 9.3 linear sport sedan with zero due at lease inception.
This ESPN Plus game is brought to you by Guinness Draft Stout, enjoyed responsibly the world over. Citgo. At Citgo, we enjoy basketball as much as you do. Citgo, we know you. And by Saab. Welcome to the state of independence.
Back live. Illinois resumes offensively with 3:33 to go. Impressive performance by the Badgers of Wisconsin here today. Ingram gets position inside. Jack Ingram, transfer to the University of Tulsa. A couple of rare inside points for Illinois here today. Harris wants it on the block this time. Become a much better post-up player. Hansen from the outside.
I'm a little surprised that Devin Harris is still in the game.
Dee Brown on the drive off the baseline. Just 4 points for the Fighting Illini's leading scorer, Dee Brown, who came in averaging almost 13 points a game.
Wilkinson still on the floor as well. Both players career highs today.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree wholeheartedly. Wilkinson looking to make that Morley inside. Wilkinson looking to add to the career high. And here come the Illini back the other way. Powell inside. And boy, it's been rugged inside against that Wisconsin defense. And bodies all over the floor here. And the officials wisely hold up the play as they untangle. Take a look at the Advanced Auto Parts Illinois upcoming schedule. The Illini return home to take on Michigan, then a couple of important road games at Indiana, at Minnesota, and then Michigan State comes to town. And you've seen the Spartans recently. They're coming together, aren't they?
They really are. You know, they're starting to make their mark. You know, had a little tough go of it in the preseason with all those tough games against top-ranked opponents, but feeling very good about what they can do in the conference part of their schedule.
You and I both felt Illinois had a lot of momentum coming into this game today. They felt real good about themselves coming into this game, and it just hasn't worked out for them.
And here's the thing to consider from Illinois. And it's down the road a little bit, but they have got to get it going, and they've got to play well early on because they finished their Big Ten slate with 4 out of 5 games on the road.
Bruce Weber looking up at that scoreboard. His mom, his brother are here. Bruce is a Wisconsin native. Grew up in Milwaukee. And there is mom on the right. And mom is Dawn, and Ron, his brother, on the left of your screen. A couple of the few Wisconsin natives who aren't very happy in this building. The others are pretty happy right now. Clayton Hansen for 3. There it is. His first field goal of the game. Under 2 minutes to go. Williams doesn't get the roll there. Illini still fighting for it. And they tie it up on the alternating possession. It's going to go to Wisconsin. And I think Bo Ryan wants a 30-second timeout. He's going to get a 30-second timeout, I think, to get some of his kids out of the game, I believe. But, you know, you talk about how many guys does he have on that bench. Not a lot when you consider that they are without Orlando Tucker and Dave Mader. And here's what's coming up for the Badgers. They can't play all of them at home, can they? No, they can't. They go to Ohio State this week. Then back home for a rivalry game against Minnesota, on the road at Northwestern, and then down to Iowa as we wind into February. But I got to tell you something. Right now, Wisconsin's the best team I've seen in the Big Ten. Team, not talking about talent. Kohl Center in Madison, Wisconsin, an imposing place for a visitor to play. Bo Ryan has orchestrated quite a ball club here. Wayne Larrabee, Greg Kelser, great to have you with us. The final minute, 43. I thought Bo was going to get a few of his kids out of the game. He did get Devin Harris out. But like we said, he doesn't have too much on the bench with the injuries they've had.
You know, Wayne, I'm going to agree with you. I think that Wisconsin, when you talk about team-wise, they play so well together. And their defense, I mean, they don't let up. So they've gone well above what they normally score per game. Today was 75, and who knows, maybe they get into the 80s. But they're right where they have been in terms of points allowed. Right now, Illinois is sitting on 55, and that's about what you get with Wisconsin.
Badgers lead the Big Ten in scoring defense. Of course, Illinois came in as the leading scoring team in the Big Ten. And into the lineup for Wilkinson, Dave Nader. Wilkinson gets a standing ovation. Career high for him, 24 points. Career high, Devin Harris, 30 points. How about that? Those numbers, huh?
They went to their strengths.
Yes, they did. And their strengths brought their A game. Ike Yuka is in the ball game now for Wisconsin. Dave Nader back in. And McBride fighting through the screen, guilty of the foul. Richard McBride, the freshman, fouls out. You know, it is early. We're still in January, and you talk about, well, who's the best team in the Big Ten right now? I think the best team might be Wisconsin. I'm not saying they have the best talent. Who will evolve down the stretch through February? And as we get to the conference tournament in March, well, that could change. You don't know. But right now, this Wisconsin club has it going. 61 seconds to go in this one. Wisconsin will improve to 13-3, 4-1 in the Big Ten, and 11-0 at home this year. Illinois 12-5 overall, 3-3 in Big Ten play. Ike Yuka from Chicago, Illinois, missing on the first. He's a senior. Academic all Big Ten last year, appeared in 10 games last season. Missed them both.
1 minute remaining in the game. 1 minute remaining.
Jerrance Howard is in now for Illinois. Disappointing day for the backcourt of the Illini. Brian Randall, a freshman, sets up Spears nicely, and Aaron Spears, it wouldn't go for him, but he will go to the line. Foul against Wisconsin. So Aaron Spears, a redshirt freshman out of Dunbar High School in Chicago, will go to the line. Makes good on his first. He'll have another. They were expecting perhaps a little more out of this youngster, but patience, and he will deliver. Has a good body. Highly regarded coming out of high school. Missed a pair at the line. Missed 1 out of 2 at the line. Cameron Taylor bumped by Jerrance Howard.
Illinois foul, number 25, his first.
Mike Wilkinson, boy, did he set the tone today.
You know, there were 2 stretches in this game early on when he took over, and then in the second half when it looked like the Illini were going to get back in it. Once again, Wilkinson got it going. And this guy, Devin Harris, after scoring just 5 points against Michigan, boy, did he come off today. And right there, his 30th point, a career high in this game today.
Taylor missed the first of the line and makes good in the second. Final minute in an impressive Wisconsin stand against Illinois here at the Kohl Center. Warren Carter is in now for Illinois. Randall tried to hit him with a pass. Randall keeps it alive. Chased down by Yuka. Cameron Taylor, 3, not that time. Nope. And it will belong to Illinois. 10.1 remaining. Wisconsin shot better than 50% from the field. Illinois down around 36%. Bo Ryan Bruce Weber exchange handshakes. Impressive win for the 19th ranked Badgers of Wisconsin, their 24th in a row at home. For Greg Kelser, Wayne Larrabee saying so long from the Kohl Center. Mike Leach and Sean Morris return on the other side of these messages.
Advanced Auto Parts, no matter when or where. Advanced Auto Parts, whatever's waiting there around these parts, trouble doesn't stand a chance. For the best parts, people and price, we're ready in advance. Yeah, bring it on.
See, aren't you glad I drove my new Pacifica? It can fit 6, you know? The all-wheel drive's awesome in the snow, and it's got a 5-star crash test rating.
Unlike some people we know.
Very funny.
Yeah, too bad he doesn't have the capability of the Pacifica.
Go well beyond the SUV in a Chrysler Pacifica. Now with 0% financing plus a $2,000 cash allowance. Or right now, exceptionally well-qualified buyers can get into a new 2004 Pacifica for just $349 a month. See your Chrysler dealer today.
Do you always have to wear the Red Wings?
What? They're comfortable.
Here we are.
New muscle shoes from Red Wing. So comfortable, you can't take them off.
Hey, those steel toes?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Buy Red Wing shoes and boots now in Champaign and Decatur.
Devin Harris, after a 1-for-6 on Wednesday against Michigan, gets a career-high 30 points, and the Badgers get a 20-point victory over the Fighting Illini of Illinois. Mike Leeson, Sean Morris in the Big Ten studios, a 20-point victory. Alonzo Tucker and Freddie Owens didn't even play. Tucker, they don't know if they're going to redshirt, and they're still blowing people away by 20.
Well, it really helps when your two best players have career days. Mike Wilkinson, a career high. Devin Harris, 30 after a poor performance against Michigan on Wednesday night. But the thing that was most impressive to me about Wisconsin's effort today was defensively. They took the highest scoring team in the Big Ten in Illinois, held them to 56 points, something that they haven't been able to do all year. Great job by Wisconsin on the defensive end of the floor.
And Sean, earlier, the Michigan Wolverines finally wrapped up that 3-game road swing. They opened up at Penn State. They win it 69-59. Lester Abram with 19. He played well.
And a great job defensively shutting down Yagla, particularly in the first half.
And our score right now, 76-56, the game you just saw. So Wisconsin 4-1. They have one game at Ohio State to 13-3 overall. And don't forget, Super Bowl weekend, you'll get your dose of Big Ten hoops when Ohio State heads for Purdue, our only single game of the season. This has been a presentation of ESPN Plus, the worldwide leader in collegiate sports television.
Do you have the right truck? The 2004 Chevy Silverado now available with power packs. Get this Silverado extended cab with a light-duty power pack, Vortec V8, heavy-duty trailering, plus the Safe and Sound power pack, bucket seats, Bose sound system, and more. Combine power pack savings with cash back for a total value of $4,500 on select models. Silverado now available with power packs. It's the right truck. See your local Chevy dealer today.
You bank for those moments when life makes sense. At Central Illinois Bank, we keep things simple so you can focus on what's really important, like family and moments you'll always cherish. You bank for success. It's about securing your present and your future, finding solutions and developing relationships. You bank for now. Central Illinois Bank.
Bank for you, bank for life.
Champaign Telephone Company, your local Verizon Wireless authorized agent, is the largest cellular store in the area. The largest selection, lowest prices, most minutes, and best coverage. Their experienced and knowledgeable staff of experts will help you select the Verizon Wireless voice or data plan that suits your needs and your budget. For all your wireless needs, come to Champaign Telephone, the wireless experts you've always trusted.
Get 1,000 anytime mobile-to-mobile minutes to call any Verizon Wireless customer nationwide, plus unlimited nights and weekends on the America's Choice Network for $39.99 monthly access. Verizon Wireless. Join in.
With things the way they are, my 6th graders are thinking about energy these days. Asking good questions. I tell them we're lucky we're part of an electric co-op. Our local co-op gives us more than reliable electricity. There's safety demonstrations, energy conservation ideas. That's how the people have the power.
And we shine
For WCIA3, your news leader.
I don't know, something just
We now join our regularly scheduled program, already in progress.
I know. Well, basically, I told her she could take that bounce check and shove it up her big fat.
Oh, no, no, no. Oh, honey. Why? Why? Oh, Jesus.
Hello. Who are you? The maid. Who are you? The axe.
And at $138.27, this is a real steal.
Folks, you've got to get on the phone and call right this very second because we only have 17 left.
Beulah, bring me the phone. What are you doing here?
Brought you a new check.
If it's not a cashier's check, I'm not taking it.
It's a cashier's check.
I think the first one is Charles Manson. And the money for this, I know part of it's going to go to some charity. I'm not sure which one. I think so. I think
Deposit this when you go to the bank later, Beulah. And bring me the phone.
Yes, ma'am.
Ow!
For God's sake, Stephanie, do you really need a maid?
As a matter of fact, I do.
All you do is shop.
Yes, but I can't shop. I can't do anything except for lie here. I'm housebound.
I've noticed.
Oh, how nice of you, especially since it's your fault.
My fault.
Yes, your fault. Ever since you took up with that calamity, I've been suffering from debilitating emotional distress.
Listen, about Calamity. When you called yesterday, you caught her at a bad moment.
You don't say. And I called my lawyer.
Oh, Jesus, no.
Yeah, and I reminded him that there's a cost of living increase clause in our settlement.
Oh, Jesus.
You should be hearing from him any day now.
Oh, Stephanie, please. What do you want me to do? You want me to beg? You want to see me beg? Sure. I'll get on my knees, Stephanie, please. We're barely able to make ends meet now. We're one paycheck away from being homeless. Less than one check.
6 left.
The phone, Beulah! Now!
Aunt Calamity's here!
Hi, let him hit the car, Brian. Hit the car. Yeah. Let him hit it. What? It is. It's a complete nightmare, isn't it, sweetheart?
It's not that hard.
It is. No. That's exactly correct. You sure it on. Sometimes I think Brian and I should skip town, move to Maine or wherever, and assume new identities. Oh, for heaven's sake, don't do that. Well, but we just might have to. I mean, every time we turn around, she wants more, and she's never shown the slightest inclination to remarry. Has she, Brian?
Why
don't you kill her?
What?
That's what I did to my first wife.
Jeanette, honey, don't just reach, ask.
You killed your first wife?
Well, we didn't do it. We hired somebody.
Best decision we ever made.
Mm-hmm.
Diane, you never told me that. What? I didn't? I thought I had.
We found the guy in the Yellow Pages. We called him up, negotiated the deal. Boom! Shot her dead the next day.
Right through the eyeball.
We have some pictures we can show you later.
You know, they cost a little extra, but it is definitely worth it.
Can I be excused?
Not until you eat your broccoli.
Well, I don't think we're quite that desperate.
Do you have his number?
It's out of the question.
Why not?
For starters, I was once very much in love with this woman.
You mean you still are, don't you?
Don't be ridiculous.
Damn it! Brian, she doesn't want us to have anything. You know, she wants us to be poor and childless and miserable and apparently that's what you want too.
Of course I don't.
We'll see.
Honey, come on, it's 3 in the morning. Can't we talk about this tomorrow?
No, we are not going to go to sleep until we resolve this.
All right. Let's say we could kill her.
Yeah.
Hypothetically speaking, how would we afford it?
We'd borrow.
We've borrowed. We've already borrowed so much.
I know, but when you're gone, we'd be able to pay it back in no time. Come on, let's just get a quote. It's not going to cost us anything to get a quote. Hmm?
Jack Henry Jackson and Associates. No, Mr. Jackson is out at the moment. Can I take a message? Certainly, Mayor. Yes, I'll tell him you called. Jack Henry Jackson and Associates. Can I take a message?
This can't be him.
Mr. and Mrs. Montague?
Hey, that's right.
Hi, Jack Henry Jackson.
Hi.
Hey,
Pleased to meet you.
yeah, likewise. Listen, I am so sorry I'm running late, but I just got back from a business trip in San Diego. Listen, could y'all wait just a few more minutes, because I really got to get rid of all this evidence.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks.
East Central Illinois finally has a real chance to get something it's been asking for years, additional airline service. We stand on the brink of adding Delta Airlines to the carriers who serve Willard Airport. But for that to happen, the community must step up. The airline is asking for commitment from the businesses and citizens of the area to use a new service. It's now up to the private sector, people like you and me and the businesses like the ones we work for, to commit the remainder. We have until February 1st to meet the revenue guarantee. Time is getting short, so I encourage you to call in your commitment today.
If you've been injured in an auto accident, tell the insurance companies you mean business. Call the law firm of Kanoski & Associates, 1-800-WIN-WIN-1, right now.
Wake up to what's new. New faces.
I'm Harry Smith.
I'm Hannah Storm.
I'm Julie Chen.
I'm Renee Seiler.
New information.
Including an exclusive interview.
It's an incredible story. On Health Watch this morning, it may surprise you to learn.
New excitement.
This is going to be fun.
Discover the difference on The Early Show.
And when you're walking across these here red-hot coals, you can't be thinking about the red-hot coals. You have to be thinking, I am the best damn salesman in the world. I can sell anything. I can't hear you.
I can sell anything.
I ain't feeling these here red-hot coals because I'm a future millionaire.
I'm a future millionaire.
Only losers feel red-hot coals, and I ain't no loser.
I ain't no loser.
I was one of the highest paid motivational speakers in the US of A. And I might very well continue with it, except for all the lawsuits.
Right. Well, after seeing that, I mean, I wouldn't mind walking over some red-hot coals.
Well, it gets a little boring after a while. That's why I'm so excited about my new enterprise here. I mean, every case...
Got nothing to do. Back after this.
By out-accelerating, out-handling, and outperforming the competition,
the Grand Prix Comp G earned Pontiac the right to become the official performance machines of the NCAA. The newly redesigned 2004 Pontiac Grand Prix. Fuel for the soul.
At the end of regulation, our game tied at 62. We're heading for overtime. Don't forget, coming up next, Kentucky and Notre Dame, or others will see Oregon at Arizona. Gus Johnson, Clark Kellogg with you. Gene Katie's team fell asleep in the second half, but woke up just in time.
Just in time. And a lot of them sleeping through the second half was due to Michigan State's defense and the way they executed on offense. Purdue got on their heels a bit and a little impatient at the offensive end. But you got to credit Michigan State's defense. I thought they really challenged shots much more effectively in that second half.
And what's the key as we start this extra session?
Well, the same thing it was when we started the game, I think, Gus. Paul Davis has the 4 fouls, so foul trouble is always something you got to keep an eye on in an extra session. But I think Michigan State has to do what they did to get the lead.
Inside,
and that's throwing
Davis,
inside.
And he jams it down.
They threw the ball inside so well for most of this second half. And with Paul Davis able to operate one-on-one against Cartello, that's a matchup that Michigan State likes.
18 points for Davis. Here's Teague. Finds Cartello. Now McKnight hard down the lane. The kick. Butcher banks it home.
Well, I tell you what, Brett Butcher has been sweet.
Fantastic. 16 points. 12 in the second half.
He just knows how to make himself available when one of his guards penetrates. And Michigan State's defense at the rim has really been non-existent for the last few baskets that Purdue has scored.
10 on the shot clock. Torbert looking. Hill from deep. Short. Loose ball. Ager with the rebound. And a new shot clock for the Spartans. Hill, Ager, Torbert, along with Davis and Anderson. Is Hill driving, cut off by McKnight. Reverses.
Oh, Hill needs to keep that dribble alive there because they had a matchup, a mismatch, with Davis being guarded by McKnight.
Davis on the baseline. And that one rims off, knocked out of bounds, will head the other way.
See, if Chris Hill keeps that ball alive, then Paul Davis could post up McKnight instead of settling for a turnaround jump shot. The prior possession, Davis working nicely inside, and then penetration by McKnight allows Busher to get to the rim.
Now McKnight, top of the key, 20-footer. And Purdue takes the lead. 66-64. Inside Torbert. Michigan State looks tired and spent.
Well, you wonder how they feel after having come back from so far and feeling like the game was theirs, and now they need to go an extra 5 minutes to try to win it.
Davis off the mark. Cartello another rebound. Here come the Boilermakers. McKnight. Teague. Low. Cartello and Busher. Five to shoot. Low to the basket. Hard off the glass. And in. 16 points for the fifth-year senior. And they are revving up here in West Lafayette. Now Torber, straight to the cup. Anderson for three, short. Busher, loose. And a foul called against Hill. Wow.
Well, I tell you what, Purdue has found new life in this extra session. Brandon McKnight, who's had a terrific floor game all game long, knocks down a jumper and also assisted on a basket earlier in the overtime. But right now, Gus, it's simplistic, but you've got to make plays, and Purdue is making the plays. They're making the hustle plays. They're making shots. Kenneth Lowe hits a tough shot. Brandon McKnight assists on a basket and then hits a jump shot. David Teague gets on the floor to recover a loose ball. Now he has a chance to make free throws to add to the lead.
So now Gene Cady and Ted Valentine getting into it. And the referees, I'm told, want to see the last basket.
Well, they only indicated that it was a 2. Are they thinking that perhaps it was a 3? Or are they looking to see who should be at the foul line? They're clear across from us, so I think they're trying to designate, trying to see who was.
The foul was called, I believe, on
Alan Anderson, but maybe they're trying to determine who should be at the line. That's all I can guess at this point. Unless there was a shot clock violation prior to the scramble. And I don't think that was the case. No, there was 20 seconds on the shot clock. So, no, I think they're trying to determine who should be shooting. And it should be David Teague. He was the one that was thrown to the floor. Although Busher got to the floor, he got there late.
I guess they were looking at the clock. So there's a minute 36 on the game clock, as Teague 0 for 1 today from the line gets the first one to go. Young man from Indianapolis. Second one up, and he got it. 70-64. Purdue's perfect in overtime. 3 of 3 from the field, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Here's Hill. Leans in for 3. And it's saved by Teague on the air ball.
Well, the way Purdue collapsed in the first part of the second half in regulation is what we're seeing from Michigan State here. When you wonder if the fact that they weren't able to close it out in regulation just deflated Michigan State. Or maybe the flip side of that is it really inflated the home team.
Michigan State definitely had Purdue on the ropes, as Brown fouls out of the game for the Spartans.
I don't know if Shannon realizes it. Certainly doesn't look like a guy who just got Dairy Queen.
DQ. And here comes Ager, replacing Brown. Freshman with a very solid game today. 5 points, 6 rebounds, a couple of assists. So that sends Busher to the line. And the first one is good. Busher has been sensational in this game.
He sure has been, particularly here in the second half. Nice to bring a guy like that off your bench, Gus.
How about it? Second one off the mark. Here comes Torbert. Michigan State's got to hurry now. Down 71-64. Inside Davis. Ager. Torbert. Tap. Guess who? Busher. Right to Hill. Shot clock resets. And a foul called on McKnight. Another look at the standings in the Big Ten. And this is why this game is important, because whoever wins will keep pace with Wisconsin and Indiana.
Well, Purdue is at Indiana on Tuesday night. So if they hold on here, we'll have two teams at the top of the league going at it Tuesday night.
Don't forget, we've got the second half of our doubleheader coming up after this game. Some of you will see 8th-ranked Kentucky against Notre Dame. And it's a 16-9 game right now, Kentucky leading on the road. Others will see Oregon and Arizona. And right now, Arizona leading by 1 at home as Hill hits the first free throw.
Well, after scoring the first bucket of the overtime, Gus, Michigan State now has missed their last 7 shots in the extra session.
The gene pool telling Michigan State to go home as Hill sinks the second free throw, 71-66. Here's McKnight, and he's fouled in the backcourt. So the Boilers will make the walk to the other end of the floor and shoot free throws. Michigan State with 10 team fouls, so Purdue will shoot 2.
Well, it basically becomes that kind of contest, a free throw shooting game for Purdue and Michigan State, hoping for a miss or misses, and then looking to convert quickly, most likely from behind the three-point line. But Purdue is second in the league in free throw percentage, so it's not very likely that they'll miss, although Allen Anderson was in position to put Michigan State up by 3, maybe 4, with about 15 seconds to go, and missed the front end of a 1-and-1.
But this kid, Brandon McKnight, quiet offensively, had a huge basket to send it into overtime. As he hits the second free throw, 73-66. McKnight with 10 points today. Now Hill down the lane, misses the layup. And Teague finds Lowe in the backcourt. And Michigan State, they commit a foul.
Yeah. And they
but
could have
actually close to getting a violation.
Yeah, they sure were, Gus.
Actually, it's a timeout. The Boilers call timeout with 38.2 to go. 73-66, back after this.
I love strawberries.
I love you.
Mozzarella, luscious toppings, a fresh baked crust. You invited a pizza delivery guy here? What kind of girl do you think I am?
But it's not delivery. It's DiGiorno.
For fresh baked pizza at home, it's not delivery. It's DiGiorno.
I'll call you.
Don't forget, coming up next, our doubleheader continues. It's Kentucky at Notre Dame or Oregon at Arizona on CBS. But Brett Busher has been the man today for the Boilers. In the second half, he came to play, kept his team into it when they fell asleep. And he's also not only put the ball in the basket, but he's come up with little plays, deflections, and things of that nature. And Purdue in overtime, 3 of 3 from the field, 5 of 6 at the line, no turnovers.
Well, we talked about it at the top, how this Purdue team maybe doesn't have a familiar marquee name, but they have experience. They have guys that understand their role. They have leadership in Kenny Lowe and a pretty good point guard in Brandon McKnight.
And quickly, Kentucky leading Notre Dame 23-13 in the first half. And Oregon trailing Arizona 18-13 in the first. as Lowe gets the first one to go. Ball Davis fouls out with 18 points and 3 rebounds. For the Spartans. And Lowe continues to shoot the ball well from the free throw line. Here comes Michigan State. And a whistle. Looks like a timeout called by the Spartans. 30 seconds to go. 75-66.
When you get nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, even diarrhea. Hey, there's Pepto-Bismol. Nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
Yay, Pepto-Bismol!
Nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
Yay, Pepto-Bismol!
Nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
Yay, Pepto-Bismol!
Now you know, Pepto treats 5 different stomach problems. You see, pink does more than you think.
The Chevrolet most valuable players of the game are Allen Anderson with 12 points on 5 of 9 shooting, and Brett Busher, 17 points, 7 of 11 from the field. Chevrolet will make a contribution to each school's general scholarship fund to reward outstanding students for their academic achievements and to assist those in financial need. And the easy duck by Torbert. And another timeout. With 28.4 to go, 75-68.
Are you ready? Now that's the funk, spank the funk, beat the funk, hype the funk, you know that jump. Y'all ready?
What channel? What station?
Plenty of basketball in store after this one. Kentucky, Notre Dame, Oregon, Arizona. Both of those games already underway. 75-68, Purdue. They inbound it to McKnight. He gets it back to Parkinson, who is fouled with 24.6 left. As you take a look, Kentucky leading Notre Dame right now in the first half. On the road. And Michigan State kind of huddling up with their coach.
Trying to take advantage of a little break in the action. Paul Davis produced decent numbers, but I'm sure he would like to have a couple of those field goal attempts back, particularly late in the game.
Parkinson missing the first.
Well, stranger things have happened. Purdue lost a game that you documented earlier. 2 3-point field goals were made in less than a second.
Second one good. Bograkis inbounds to Hill. 20 seconds left. Hill down the lane. Lays it in. Parkinson inbounds to Lowe, who races into the front court. And he kicks it out. They're playing keep away now, and that should do it. Beautifully done by the Boilermakers. And Purdue defeats Michigan State 76-70. Purdue outscored Michigan State 14-8 in overtime. So for Clark Kellogg, this is Gus Johnson saying so long for Mackey Arena, where the boys